Good afternoon. Welcome to the afternoon experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. I'm with you. We'll see. But I'm with you. That's really all that matters. Come on in, say hello to me. Tell me hello, of course. And where you're checking out the show from. And what do you think is the interesting topic of the day? The most interesting topic of the day. Just curious as to what you guys think. I got a couple things that I want to discuss. I don't know that they're the most interesting things, but it's stuff that's on my mind. So let me get to it. I'll say hello to you, and then we'll move on. Nathaniel Livingston. Good afternoon. Nate, good afternoon. Thank you for checking out the show. Erica Hummins, representing Reading. Good afternoon. Thank you for checking out the show. Shannon C. Shannon says, hey, King. Hey, Shannon. Thank you for checking out the show. Appreciate you. Nate says he's representing Toledo, by the way. That's 1, 2, 3. Dina Johnson in the house. Good afternoon. She's an angel, in case you didn't know. Thank you for checking out the show. And rounding out the top 5, JCP. I'm not sure who JCP is, but JCP is representing Covington. Good afternoon, JCP. Thank you for checking out the show. I appreciate you. Let's see. We got Lamont Jones in the house. Lamont Jones say Nate don't count because he's family. It don't work like that. But that's pretty good. Nick Brown. Nick Brown representing Blue Ash. Good afternoon, Nick. DeAndre Crosby. Good afternoon, DeAndre. I appreciate you. Regina Denson Griffin, representing Madisonville. Good afternoon, Regina Denson Griffin. I don't know why I wanted to say Denison. Let's see. Dina, by the way, says she's representing Walnut Hills. Andrea Bustle, representing Gulf Manor. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Sierra says she's checking in from the treadmill. All right. Trying to rub it in. That's okay. I appreciate you. Thank you for checking out the show. Maria Smith, representing North College Hill. Good afternoon, Maria Smith. Our own Wonder Woman over here. Jacqueline Carter, representing Evanston. Good afternoon. Let me see. Carolyn Smith says, good afternoon, all. Good afternoon to you. Mary Birch Lavender, she says, howdy, y'all. We are in E's house. Yes. What a nice view overlooking the city. You can't beat that. Good afternoon. Representing White Oak. Terry Anderson, representing Downtown. Good afternoon, Terry Anderson. Good afternoon. I moved it and I just lost track of where I am. Hold on. Steban Speed in the house, representing Westwood. Good afternoon. David Martin over there on YouTube. Good afternoon. Thank you for checking us out. He says good afternoon. He's representing Hebron. Jerica Van in the house. Jerica just be lying, but it's okay. Says she first. She know good and damn well she ain't first. Thank you for checking out the show, Jerica. LaDonna Howard, representing East Price Hill. Good afternoon. Thank you for checking out the show. Jeannie Mulholland. Good afternoon. Says, happy Tuesday. About to put you on the TV in a minute. Oh, I don't know that I'm ready to be on TV. I ain't dressed up. Don't put me on TV. Jeannie, thank you for checking out the show. Jerica, by the way, it says, holla me familiar. Holla to you too. Al Johnson, representing Middletown. Good afternoon. Al. Let me see. We got Crystal Hoskins in the house, representing the Christ Hospital, Bridgetown. Oh, all right. Thank you for checking us out, Crystal. LaDonna says top story in her book today, or most interesting story maybe, is The Chief. Okay, want to talk a little bit about that because I did watch the press conference. So we'll talk a little bit about the Chief. Valisa Lovett in the house, representing Blue Ash. Good afternoon. Thank you for checking out the show. Lamont Jones. Grand day, powerful royal people. I'm sorry, y'all know I have to read it like that. Otherwise, I see the color purple and I have to read the word purple. Mary Birch says, loving the t-shirt. Yeah, I had stuck it in a drawer a while ago and I just pulled it out because. I'm actually going through kind of cleaning out my closet, cleaning it out in the sense that I got a whole lot of clothes that I haven't worn in like literally years. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not like, oh, all of these clothes I haven't worn in years and they're so this and this and that. No, I haven't worn them in years because they even out of style for me. Like, y'all know I'm not no fashion dude. Give me a t-shirt, give me some jeans, give me a pair of gym shoes. I'm good. I'm happy. I got some button-down shirts, I guess, some dress shirts and whatnot. A lot of I just need to get rid of a lot of clothes. And Mrs. Livingston, like, I was looking at places where you could donate your clothes. And I guess she can do that if she want to. But if they clothes that I won't wear because they so, I don't necessarily want to give them to other people so they can be looking all gonzo. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I just rather toss them. But she want to give them away. We gonna have a conversation about that. But I got so many clothes. Like, I got clothes that I was looking at it. I haven't worn in over 10 years. Why do I still have these clothes? They just hang in the closet. Just sit there, sit in the dresser. Haven't worn them. I got drawers I haven't worn in 10 years. Why do I still have them drawers? Throw them away. But okay, enough of that. Darnell Hunter says, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you as well. Jack in the house. I'm not going to say your name and add an E to your middle name. That just sounded weird when I heard a man call you by that name and say the whole thing. I would just call you Jack. I won't call you all that other stuff. Jack. Brian Taylor in the house. He said what it is. Engaging from Glendale. My topic of interest. Why do blow up animals win news coverage instead of the faces of regular working people in the protests? I have a take on why. It is a similar reason the craziest dressed protester was interviewed during an anti-police brutality protest, but now from a liberal angle. Okay. I think I get what you're saying. You could have 1 million people there, and I'm guessing this is what you're saying. Why is it that you can have 1 million people there standing up for what they believe in? But if you got some people with, the big blow-up animals, floats, I guess we used to call them. I guess floats are the things that ride down the street. But you get the point. You got these big blow-up animals. People will focus, news coverage will focus on the floats or the big balloon things as opposed to the people. Okay. I would love to hear your take on that. Jenny Mulholland says, happy Tuesday. B-Rab says, good afternoon. Checking in from his girlfriend's couch, playing the video game in your hoop shorts and a white tee, about to pick her up from work. Why you making yourself sound like a deadbeat bum? You gonna be picking her up in her car too, I guess. Pamela Kenny, good afternoon, representing North Avondale. I appreciate you. DeAndre says the H is silent. Huh? I don't know what you're talking about. Tanika in the house, good afternoon. Because your name is DeAndre Crosby. There's no H in there to be silent. I have no idea what you're talking about. Tanika in the house representing beautiful Orlando, Florida. Good afternoon. Lemmy Bradshaw representing Blue Ash. All right, Lemmy, good afternoon. Appreciate you. Ibadathia, what's up? Appreciate you. Mary says, just say thank you. But see, when you say certain stuff, it make me think of other stuff. Thank you. Why are they allowing Trump to demolish the White House for a new ballroom? The house is historical. Okay. I'm guessing that's what you think is, one of the most interesting stories of the day. All right. Interesting. Wonder Woman says homeless men will wear them, and then they be looking all God. Rashida Disney Griffith says, please don't donate them. You look like you send underwear to Goodwill. I don't even know how a person who does that looks. But okay. You want to toss the clothes, but it's people out here with nothing to wear. Make that make sense. Who is out here with nothing to wear? Who? I don't see a whole lot of naked people walking around the streets. Like, why you naked? Because I ain't got no clothes. If I just had clothes, I wouldn't be walking around naked. I don't see that a lot. You might be exaggerating just a little bit, Carolyn. Just a little bit. Dwayne Larkin, representing Mount Airy, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Gonza, I haven't heard that since the 80s. I don't, it popped up. Tria Gaines, we got class in the house now. Good afternoon, representing Avondale. DeAndre says, donate the clothes. DeAndre, you can have them. You can have them. Send me a message on Facebook. Give me your address. I'll drop them off to you. Twin says, are you saying that I look 4 months pregnant? Bro, we just saw you on camera at Lincoln Ware's broadcast at the Urban League. And I look 4 months pregnant? All right, do me this favor. I know you're not going to do it now. You probably could, because I think you at home. Step in front of a mirror. Look in the mirror. Then turn to the side. Glass houses, stones. You ever heard the... Well, no, because if I was like, people who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones, then you would probably get on, where are they making glass houses? See, when I lived in a glass house back in Chicago 12 years ago, the gang members was coming to my house, and I don't want you to, I don't need a story about glass houses. I don't need a story about glass houses. Mary says, can we talk about AI? Just throw up a peace sign and make sure you are the real king of talk. I am the real king of talk. I won't throw up a peace sign, though. But I am the real king of talk. How can I read your stuff in real time if I wasn't? Let's see. I think Pamela Kenny says, my husband said he doesn't want to donate clothes to the free store because he didn't want to see someone wearing his shirt walking down Red Road. Okay. Jacqueline says she likes the shirt as well. Thank you. That's all I'm allowed to say. Thank you. Jack says, send me an outfit so I can be Emanuel Livingston for Halloween. Well, I was about to say something, and I can't say it. I had a little bit of a comeback for that. But I'm trying to be good, man. I'm trying to be good. I can't say it. I'm sorry. Emmanuel, the camera adds 10 pounds. Nah, I got a bit of a belly here. I got a little bit of a belly. So I can't deny that. Let me see. I think I said hello to everybody. Jason Dockery in the house. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Mary says, say it. No, I won't say it. I won't say it. I hope everybody's having a great afternoon. Does it sound, is the sound okay? Because I made some adjustments with the microphone. See, no microphone here. I made some adjustments. I just did, because when you're applying for jobs nowadays, people want to interview you, and a lot of people don't want you to come to their office for an interview. They want to do an interview online, and it just seemed weird to me. And I'm trying to do an interview with a microphone right there. Like, is this an interview or is this a podcast or what? So I made an adjustment with the microphone, and I hope it sounds okay. The sound is probably not as full as it was, but I hope it sounds okay. Ronald Dixon says it's cool. Great. All right, y'all. I started. I got up and I checked out the press conference from the Chiefs attorney. And I kind of talked about this a little bit a few days ago. I don't have a problem with the chief leaving. I don't have a problem with the chief being fired. I don't have a problem with that at all. Like, I don't understand. And please, somebody help me understand. I was listening to Kevin Aldridge on Lincoln Ware. I didn't listen to him today. I was busy. I didn't get a chance to listen to him today, but I was listening to him yesterday. And I know Doug Springs called in, and like, he really seemed to be in the Chiefs camp. He really seemed to be in the Chiefs camp. Like, he really supported her. And maybe somebody can help me understand why. Why? What did this chief do that made people, or made apparently some people, black people in particular, like, hey, this chief was a good chief. Oh, they can't get rid of this chief. She was the best chief. I don't understand. What did she do? And I'll be completely honest with some of y'all. A lot of my political leanings for this upcoming political season are coming based on the whole fallout from that brawl. Because here's the way that I feel about it. Like, the brawl it's not like some huge deal, but it was kind of a big deal. And it was, in my mind, it was one of those things where this was a moment, like a fairly big moment for the city of Cincinnati in race. I'm going to say race relations, but in how we view race in terms of policing and justice. And I'm telling you, there are certain people who I had made up my mind I was voting for, who lost my vote based on their reaction to the brawl. Like, trying to think who. I don't really. Y'all know me. I don't like to call people out. I don't like to call people by name. I don't want nobody mad at me. Y'all know I'm real sensitive about stuff like that. So let me use a good example. Okay, example. Scotty Johnson. Now, granted, while Scotty Johnson seemed to be too afraid to say the white people down there was wrong too. He kind of said it wasn't just the black people, which kind of leads you to feel like, he's saying white people down there were wrong too. Um, and then eventually he got up the courage once a few other people had said, the word white. Because apparently you're not allowed to say white people. So once a few people had said it, he got up the nerve to say it. The mayor, he can't get my vote. I'm sorry, y'all. He lost my vote. He can't get my vote. Again, he's down there, and even when he was on Lincoln Ware's show, and Lincoln brought up, hey, those black people are being heavily prosecuted, but the white people ain't. Well, I don't like to talk about race. I don't like to talk about race. I'm sorry. If you shrink when high pressure situations come around, you might not be the person to represent me. You might not be the person to represent me. I need people who are not afraid to say what everybody know and is already thinking. There was another candidate who I appreciated. I intended on voting for her. But when everything went down with the brawl, she was basically just talking about how irresponsible those black people were and how bad the black people were acting and how black people shouldn't be making an excuse for these black people's bad behavior. But she wouldn't say anything. She wouldn't say anything about the white people being wrong. As a matter of fact, her criticism was directed at people saying the white people was wrong. You don't put your hands on nobody. If you were one of those people who was either who heavily criticized people for pointing out that black people wasn't the only people down there doing wrong, you can't get my vote. And I'm telling you, it's 2 or 3 people. 2 or 3 people who I had intended on voting for. And that incident knocked them out the box. Because again, when that's when you need somebody like Victoria Parks to, and I don't care what y'all say. My recollection, I couldn't give you an exact quote, but they asked for it and they got what they asked for. If you couldn't stand, and I'm not talking about standing up for black crime. There's a difference. I heard a lot of people say, man, look, that was wrong. But they was wrong too. That's simple. That's simple. If you couldn't say that at that time, if you had to wait for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month before you was able to, before you felt comfortable acknowledging they was wrong, but they was wrong too. You can't get my vote. You don't have the balls to represent me. And I didn't hear the chief saying that. I didn't hear the chief saying that. I'm one of the, look, if you can't stand up for me, and I know I'm not talking me personally, but in these situations where there's clearly a racial component, if you can't stand up for black people, or at least for equality, I can't stand up for you. So whatever happens to the chief happens. Whatever happens, happens. Dante says it's couldn't care less, everyone. Did I say I could care less? Because I know it's couldn't care less. I hate when people say that. So if I said it, get on me. Um, Vernon says, I've been saying for 3 months, but that I wasn't going to vote for AFTAB. I took some flack for it, but I'm just going to leave mayor's race blank on my ballot. I'll let other voters decide if AFTAB should get another term. Twin says, go on with this soft, simple, extra rhetoric. Okay, I'll go on with it. Nate says Donald Trump is sending $20 billion to Argentina. Haven't heard a word from Black MAGA, who couldn't stop complaining about immigrants supposedly getting hotels and food. Hypocrites. Well, but we all knew that they were. Like, I mean, thank you for calling it out, but we all knew that they were. They don't care about all of those people that they claim to care about. They just wanted Donald Trump elected. And, you know, that was a message that they were trying to push. Teresa Thigi let the command staff become all white. All right. And Jerica said, you said it. But no, I really do. I'm gonna have to leave the mayor's race blank, and hope that AFTAB has activated enough of his base to where Bowman doesn't get elected. Hopefully, all of the pandering and all of that kind of stuff, hopefully it was enough to win enough votes to maybe it's only a few of us who have been seeing these things and it's like, I can't vote for him. So, but if it's a number, hopefully he's done everything he can to get enough white votes to offset his disenfranchised voters. Myosha says, look, I don't care if the chief gets fired after she said everyone who hit someone is getting arrested during the brawl, but let the white dude sit at home after his attorney said he couldn't talk to him. What would have happened if the black people said, I'm not talking to you, chief? They'd have got a warrant. They'd have broke down a door. They'd have went in. They'd have roughed these people up. They'd arrested them, and they'd have charged them with some other stuff. And like somebody pointed out, which, I mean, I guess this is just all chief stuff. This is just all chief stuff. Because I'm not sure what was his name? Hinton? Rodney Hinton? I imagine police chief is always going to back the officers, even, you know, if they're wrong. I do believe they intentionally blurred that video, the body cam video. I do believe they intentionally blurred that. I don't like that. So yeah, I'm not the chief. That whatever happens, happens. Jack says, so y'all should have left y'all president vote blank last election. No. I personally feel that there's a huge difference between the mayoral election and the presidential election. I think this president is trying to do everything that we said that he was going to try to do. And I kind of, to my knowledge, the mayor can't even attempt to end birthright citizenship in the United States. That's kind of important. You know what I'm saying? Constitution is kind of important in this country. You know, it's up there in terms of importance. And to have a guy who doesn't like the Constitution, who would love to tear it up, burn it up, and you know, tear the whole thing to shreds and start all over with him being a king, that's different than what the mayor can do. So, yeah, it's different. But maybe you don't think it's different. Maybe you think that the mayor has the ability to dismantle the Constitution of the United States of America. I just don't agree with you. Let me see. Jack says your local government is more important. I don't agree with that. And I heard somebody say that earlier today. I believe Wyatt. I don't agree with that at all. I don't agree with that. I think all levels of government are equally important. How are you quantifying importance? Like, how are you ranking them? Because I enjoy my constitutional rights, which come from the federal government. You're saying they're not important. I bet if I'm pulled over on the side of the road, which has happened a few times, I like that I have rights just as much as I like having my trash collected. But you're saying you'd rather have your trash collected and no rights protected, guaranteed, whatever, by the Constitution. Yeah, no, I don't agree with you on that. I don't agree with you on that. Sierra says, don't you think Bowman would try to implement national policies on a local level? I'm going to assume by that you mean try to take some of Trump's policies and implement them as best as he can here locally. Because again, he can't implement national policy on a local level. No matter what Bowman does, he can't change the Constitution. He can't take away my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. So if I'm ever interrogated by law enforcement, they can force me to confess and all of that kind of stuff and be like, yeah, wait, we ain't reading no rights. And, you know, yeah, we did some bad stuff to him, but do I agree with what I believe he'll probably try to do? No, I don't. Ben says, what time does the show start now? It's around 3:30. Around 3:30. Wonder Woman say all the comments I've been seeing on different local social media, I think AFTAB is cooked at this point. I don't believe that the overwhelming majority of people are not probably their comments aren't popping up in your news feed. And number two, I don't think that the overwhelming majority of voters are on social media declaring which way they intend on voting. Also, I believe you can feel one way, but once you get in a little, I'm gonna call it booth, the way you vote might not be what you said the whole time. So I don't know that that's a good. I don't believe in polls, number one, but I don't think that looking at comments on social media is a good indicator. Shahira says, good afternoon. She's still thrown off by the new time. Is the new time to stay or temporary? Well, I'm going to say probably temporary, depending on my employment status. Like once I land this job, if I'm working from 9 to 5, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be like, y'all, hey, I can't work because I got to leave because I got a show to do at 3:30. So I don't know what y'all going to do. You know. So, but for right now, yeah. Twin says, what do you really agree with? That was a well thought out comment. Jack said, you've been watching too many audit videos. No, I'm going based on my honest to God real life experiences. My experiences, my personal experiences. Jack also said, y'all know I like to read the ones that are, Constitution wasn't even written with your ass in mind, so cut it out. What difference do that make? I'm protected. Well, to a certain degree. I mean, to the same, I guess, degree, for the most part, we all are. Those rights, whether or not they wanted me to have them, intended for me to have them, or any of that kind of stuff, I got them. I got them. B-Rap, so you voting for JD brother for mayor? Maybe you didn't hear. No, I'm not. I am not voting for Bowen. And a no vote for Bowen is a vote for AFTAB. Constitution ain't been in no damn trouble. It's going to be around. Right, because the president didn't sign an executive order, and he's not attempting to do away with birthright citizenship. I just made that up. You're right. You're right. Purple Pros wants to know, what promises did AvTab keep? Oh, you tell me. Brian says, this is why lesser evilism is a trap oppressed people have been stuck in for scores of decades. Shell Game 101. Look, I'm sometimes in favor of lesser evilism. If the evil is actually evil. You know what I'm saying? Like Trump. If the evil is evil, I'll vote for the lesser. You know what I'm saying? But one is just bad, not evil. Especially if the evil one has made it clear they plan on doing evil stuff. I can't have you do evil stuff. And I think once you get so arrogant where you just like, I'm going to do all of this terrible stuff, y'all, just so y'all know. Elect me. I'm going to do some terrible stuff. I can't vote for you. I have to vote against you. Um, Jerica says she loves the new time. Powell says numbers prove he's telling the truth. People generally vote the same. I'm not sure what you're talking about. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Brother Powell. And by the way, thank you for showing up. I appreciate you checking out the show. My uncle says, wait, you ain't got no job? So you really are Tommy. I'm not Tommy. I'm Emanuel. And no, I ain't got no job right now. I ain't got no job right now. I'm putting in applications and all of that kind of stuff. Uh, so yeah, we'll see what happens. Uh, Hold on. I'm down looking for comments that kind of make a little bit of sense. A little bit. Uh, okay. Looks like a lot of them not making a lot of sense. Um, so okay, back to what I was saying then. I see a lot of comments from Jack and Twin, and I'm sorry, y'all just not making a lot of sense. Y'all just not making a lot of sense. And Brenda says hello from Fairfield. Hello, Brenda. Uh, Also, yeah, the No Kings protests happened, and it was interesting. But I'm a. This is just a feeling. There's no anything to back this up. This is just a feeling that I had about the whole No Kings thing. That wasn't for us. I felt like that wasn't for us. The No Kings protests didn't feel like they were for us. It felt like they were for white people who either already knew and had their mind made up Trump was a bad guy, or white people who voted for him and now they're like, wait a minute. He trying to do everything that they said that he was going to try to do. This is not good. He's trying to make himself a king. I didn't vote for that, but you did. So I felt like, you know, again, that was for them. I felt like that was for them. I felt no pull. And, you know, y'all know I'm pretty, straightforward about my feelings on Trump. I felt no pull to go participate in those rallies, maybe. I felt no pull. Like, I felt like we told y'all, watching it, hearing about it, I felt like we told y'all this a long time ago. We told y'all this leading up to the election. We told y'all this after he got elected. We told y'all this. We've been telling y'all this. I'm glad that some of y'all are coming around. Now, what are you willing to do? Other than because Tree, I was kind of thinking that parades. I was kind of thinking that, but I didn't want to totally diminish it. Like, y'all late on the whole marching thing. Y'all late. People done learned the lesson of marches and all of that kind of stuff. Ain't nobody. Now, it would have been interesting if, Trump people would have sick dogs on them and hit them with the fire hoses and beat the hell out of them and all of that kind of stuff. But they wasn't going to do that. They learned their lesson about stuff like that. Just let them march. Let them march. It's okay. Y'all marched. Now what? Now what? But no, there was no pull. Like, Emanuel, get out there and let your voice be heard. That We will have no kings in America. I did that when I went out and voted against dude. But they got plenty of news coverage. They got plenty of coverage. What did it change? Well, will it change something? I don't know. I think it's important. It is important. Again, I don't want to totally diminish it. I don't want to totally diminish it. There is something to a large vocal group saying, no, this is wrong. We don't support this. There is something to that. I would say for normal people. For normal people, there is something to that. I don't think for this Trump administration, I don't think it is. Brian says, saying no kings with I'm a king, I'm the king shirt on is crazy work. But I'm the king of talk. I'm not the king, it says of talk on the bottom. See, I'm the king of talk. I'm the king of talk. I'm not trying to take people's rights and become a dictator. But the irony, okay. Okay, I get the irony. Vernon said, I considered going, but decided to stay on the couch and watch college football instead. But I have no problem with them marching. And there were even marches in other countries. The Democrats had better try to harness that energy from those marches. They'll need it for the midterms. And that really kind of is, that's what I say, what do you do next? What do you do next? I was at an event yesterday, which is why I wasn't here yesterday. I was at an event yesterday where they were talking about the big, beautiful bill and how it's going to affect the Affordable Care Act and Medicare and all of that kind of stuff. And they had some, pretty grim and dire numbers that they were sharing. And these were not liberals, left-wing people. This was a pretty conservative crowd. And they could not understand how this whole thing could be affecting them in the way that they were telling them it is going to affect them. They couldn't understand how their premiums might double. And they could not understand it. But a lot of them voted for this. A lot of them voted for it. And they're sitting there, and they're this and this and this and this and that. And because one of the people mentioned something about how Obamacare is, ruining them, and, they're getting rid of Obamacare and blah, blah, blah. And then the lady that was presenting had to tell them, this is Obamacare. The Affordable Care Act is Obamacare. All of these, what do they call it? The market, when you go to the marketplace and pick your plan, that's because of Obamacare. And the one big, beautiful bill is like the first step in dismantling it. So while you're mad at Obamacare, you're using Obamacare, and you mad that Obamacare is changing. It's the big, beautiful bill that's changing it. So you're kind of sitting here saying, we need Trump to do something, but the stuff that's happening that you don't like is what Trump is doing. You're mad at the wrong people. And you could almost see people's heads exploding. Like, what? How? Because it was in Kentucky. The event that I went to was in Kentucky. And it's like, how you're going to connect and picking your plan, being able to do that. That's Obamacare. They really, like, it's 2025, and some of these people still don't know that. I say all this to say, all right, y'all out there marching. Y'all out there saying no kings, no kings, no kings. But y'all still supporting the guy. Y'all gonna vote for him and the people who are implementing his agenda. Like, what can y'all do? If you're saying no kings, what are you willing to do to get rid of the king or to fight back against the king? But it was, and I'd heard it and seen videos and all that kind of stuff. But to be in a room of Trump supporters mad at Obama because Trump is trying to do away with Obamacare was wild. Those people were mad. And some of them were still walking out like, and when I say walking out, I don't mean storming out of the meeting. I mean, after the meeting, they were still walking out thinking, yeah, Obama is screwing us with this Obamacare and our stuff is going up. So, no King's protest happened, but Shahira says, I'm curious what type of event you were at now. An event about insurance and the marketplace. That was the purpose of the event. The marketplace, because, open enrollment, I believe, starts, what did they say, November 1st? November 1st to December 15th, I think, were the dates. So if you are, self-employed, or you're employed and you don't get insurance through your job, or any of that kind of stuff, and you want to get insurance, there are a lot of people using these marketplace policies. Again, I wouldn't have insurance if it wasn't for that. And my premium, the portion that I have to pay, and if you're on there as well, is probably about to double with these new plans. And so that's what they were talking about, that, and the tax ramifications. And that was the entire purpose of the event. And people were still walking out that Obama. Like, bro, the only reason you got insurance is because of Obama. The Republicans did a really good job demonizing Obama and Obamacare, and they did. Or the Democrats did a terrible job explaining to everybody. And I'm sure it was a combination of the two, and then throw in there a good healthy dose of racism and ignorance. But even once because ignorance is, your lack of knowledge about a thing. So even once they gave them the knowledge, they rejected the knowledge. So what would you call that? That's what I call, intentional stupidity? Because you can't say, oh, I didn't know that. No, you knew it. You heard it. You just rejected it because it didn't fit with what you already wanted to believe. You were given the knowledge, so you can't claim ignorance. You just rejected the knowledge. So yeah, I don't know what the No Kings marchers will do moving forward. I don't know. What else is on the table? Oh, somebody said something else. I can't scroll all the way back. Brian.
Hey, what's happening to you, man?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, treading water, which is a good thing in this current reality.
Yeah. What's on your mind?
I got probably a handful of points to say something about, and hopefully people comment. Feel free to interrupt and comment if I'm saying something crazy or you want to interject.
All right.
The first thing is, people have a problem when I say this. You can't fight fascism and white supremacy with a ballot. Probably more accurately said, or you can't fight fascism and white supremacy with a ballot alone. It's the weakest tool in the box for such things. It's not what got us out of slavery. It's not what got apartheid South Africa free, despite the fact that they try to tell the history. It was when Mandela was elected, it was the elections that changed apartheid. No, it was millions of people on the streets with general strikes, sick outs, all kinds of other things that directly affected that system that killed that cancerous system that copied from us, by the way. They got their ideas how to do things for them. Anyway, voting is not the problem. And whenever I say things that attack voting, sometimes I'm misunderstood.
Okay.
Voting is not the problem. Believing that all you have to do is vote is the problem. So you cast a ballot and now your job is done. You carried out your quote unquote civic duty. You've done all you could. Not you, but the general idea. Or you have a discussion with people about real politics, which is the lives of men and women and the fight to better the human condition, working together with nature. That, which to me is politics, which you get in a discussion with people about, you get in a debate, you get in the back and forth, and too many people, the first thing they ask is, well, did you vote? As if that is the thing that decides if you've been active, if you care, if you're doing something to affect change. It's that dynamic that is the thing that I am constantly trying to push people to think harder about.
Okay.
It's difficult. It's difficult, the idea that in order for change to happen, you have to do something beyond get up in the cold morning, take off work, do whatever you got to do to get to this ballot, deal with the racists, deal with whatever, and cast a vote. But it's so much more difficult than just that, is the point that I continuously try to get across. One little side point, respectfully, at Jack, is that even though black people weren't meant to have rights, we damn sure have been the people who have fought most for them, for everyone, to extend and protect them in the last 3 decades, hands down. That's the reality. So I agree with you, E, that yeah, they weren't meant for us. They weren't meant for women either. They actually weren't meant for poor white farmers. If you want to talk about rights, only people who are supposed to have rights is a handful of white dudes who own property. So we need to cut that out. If we're going to talk history, let's understand history. But we fought for them, and more of us got them, and they're never rights amendments and laws are never permanent things. The minute we get them, they're trying to take them away.
Right.
The minute they codify them into law, they're immediately trying to find a way to make them not solid, to make them not permanent when they're writing them into law. And the most recent example, which is a small example, are these marijuana laws. Public voted for them. Public wants to make weed not illegal. So what's his name do? Trip and fall, man. He immediately uses the Trump method of calling a national emergency or emergent state of emergency to try to reverse what the will of the people is. These are small examples to let you know that they do what they want until you make them do something else. That's the reality. We have laws and we have rights in a sense, but they're only as concrete as is our chest to defend them. It's as simple as that.
I wholeheartedly agree with that.
Appreciate that. Now, I want to say a few things about marching real quick, and then I'll make it a close because I don't want to take a bunch of time. To me, marching above all is an act of transformation. It's not the thing that's going to change everything, but it gives human beings the understanding that collective action, that feeling when you're out with a bunch of people, that you have power. You don't know how to use it necessarily yet. You don't necessarily know all these things, but you can sense that there's a power there that the authorities and powers that be don't necessarily like. But it's not enough by itself. The next steps would be, harnessing the idea of mass action, people doing things together along the same lines, general strike, concrete demands, things like that give more power to what a protest is. Now, having said that, I want to say something about the actions that just happened.
All right.
Which again, I'm like you. I'm glad they happened. I think they do register a deeper going dislike of what's happening. I don't think they represent any clarity. I don't think they represent what we want them to necessarily, which is people. I think people are starting to wake up. Another layer, bigger than the layer that was, or not bigger, different than the layer that was woken up during the police brutality stuff that just happened. Another layer is starting to kind of bat their eyes and say, like, what the hell? What is it? Like, wait, what? But it's only at the beginning. And so why, to me, the media focuses on these paper mache things and people and blow up dinosaurs and all that kind of stuff is because it fits a narrative for them. The thing that they want to, and to me they represent sort of the prerogative of moneyed liberal interests, let's say. The liberals of the world who have money, who are also in government or are represented in government, not necessarily me and you, but like people who contribute to liberal causes and have money and whatever, and they, support and give big money contributions to Democratic candidates, that layer of liberals. To me, the narrative that they want to project, above all, is that these actions were peaceful, that in response to Trump sending armed bodies of men and women to attack citizens, that, they say that there's a big threat, but look what they're attacking. They're attacking these blow-up dolls and animals and stuff like that. That's what they're doing. How silly this is. How silly. And, to try to create a moral picture that is hyper ridiculous, because why would they send troops for these people? Well, okay, on one level I can see that, but he's not sending troops for those people. He's sending troops for the people that they're not showing. He's sending troops for the people who are beyond woken up and are thinking about the actual next steps. He's sending troops for the current low-hanging fruit, which is immigrant workers, who, by the way, are also part of the people who for the last 2 decades have been defending rights. There's not enough time to go into that, but as far as on the unions, when the unions were about to basically be crushed, the influx of immigrant workers into the unions helped recharge the unions in the late 1990s through the mid 2000, 2010, through that period. That's a whole other conversation to get into. But the point is that the troops are being sent for that low-hanging fruit on the road to trying to go deeper into the heart of resistance in the United States, which is black rights resistance. These are all opening salvos into going after fighters for black rights, fighters for union rights, and establishing that it's okay to do these things. That's why they're in Seattle. That's why they're going to Chicago. That's why they're heading to all the cities, which actually, if you look at it, are also cities that had huge responses to these police brutality killings, who tend to be the first place where union organization happens at its strongest. So to me, that is what's behind why Trump is sending these things out to destroy these and establish that it's okay for it to happen. And they never like to show the face of regular, everyday black folks with homemade signs, or Latino folks or whoever who just have regular signs that aren't theater, aren't spectacular. They're just regular people. Anyway, I don't want to belabor the point, but to me, that's part of what that is. I want to tell one last story, and this is about the largest protest to date that's happened in Cincinnati around police brutality, which I had the responsibility and the honor to be a part of organizing in Cincinnati. When that march started, it was just us. There was a substantial number of people. But what was added to it, it joined with an anti-Trump demonstration that's very similar in the who participated in it as this No Kings rally.
Okay.
They joined together and they all marched together and they all converged, and we all lived happily ever after. No, we didn't. But it was telling, because when these marches came together and they had their chants, whatever they were. I don't even know what they were, whatever they were at the time. Just some whatever. I don't want to belittle, but some watered down stuff, not pointing direct things or making direct demands. Do you know that at least half of the people who were at that march would not chant our anti-police brutality chants? And we noted it. It was obvious. It was apparent. And it's part of what, it was a microcosm of why some of us aren't out now. Because it's like you said, and I'm an internationalist, man. I believe in everybody's rights. I believe in fighting for everybody. I've fought for immigrant rights. I've been on the front lines for things that you don't necessarily agree with. I won't say you don't agree with, but we have slightly different positions on pro-choice stuff. I support everybody's rights.
Okay.
But in that moment, when we came together and converged, and the chant was something along the lines of, about for Sam Dubose. Can't remember what the exact chant was. It was a Sam Dubose chant. And watching their silent faces, watching them look at each other like, I didn't come down here for that. Watching them look at each other with those faces that, well, we're here now, so we're forced to march next to them, but I don't necessarily identify with this stuff, is it was one of those moments where it's like, if I hadn't already established a base and an understanding of who we need to make change in this country for real, I would have been, at best, turned off by those folks. And at worst, started to see them as maybe a little bit the enemy or part of the problem.
Hold on. Don't you think, or wouldn't you say they are, if not the enemy, at least part of the problem?
Yes, but the difference is, in my mind, I think they're currently presenting themselves as part of the problem, that some of them can ultimately be won over to the position they need to have in order to be an actual asset and help to the struggle in general. But what I'm saying is, it was to the point where you would just write folks off for good. Like, nah, they ain't it. Which to me is what our oppressors would like, is for us to be so divided that we see these type of people, I don't even want to use the words we said then, but we see these people and we see them as unreformable people who cannot be brought to our side. And I think some of them can, just because you're kind of a liberal, the type of people who are like, oh, if Kamala was elected, I'd be drinking tea right now, or I'd be at the coffee shop right now. Meaning, if that symbolic act was done, all these problems that y'all are demanding about and arguing about, like, I ain't worried about that shit. I'm more, that's all. That's the issue. That person who's that type of person would be totally rejected, totally excluded, never to have the potential to be reformed. Whereas I believe that in order for us to really make the type of deep-going changes necessary, we need contributions from almost every strata and ethnic layer that aren't white supremacists or fascists. We need them all in some way or another to advance. From the same spirit of why the Black Panthers helped inspire the Red Panthers, the White Panthers, and so on. Just an understanding that there's a collective solidarity needed to take on this beast, even though we may have different roles to play. So anyway, that's a whole other discussion. I don't want to keep killing time, but thank you for the time, and I'm going to sit back and listen.
All right. Hey, I appreciate your call.
No doubt.
All right. That was Brian. I hear what he's saying on that last piece. I might need help. I might need help getting there. Because I am one of them people where I'm almost like, if you're not with me, you against me. If I'm, marching or whatever, I hold this position. I'm anti-police brutality. And you're against police brutality in some cases, I'm Black Lives Matter, and so I'm talking about Sam Dubose, and you looking at each other like, I'm not talking about no Sam Dubose. This dude crazy. I'm one of them you against me type people. I don't need you. You my enemy. I had to work on that, I guess. Because maybe I got to work on that. Maybe not. Let me process that one. Twin.
Hey, man.
How you doing, sir?
Not too good, man.
What?
Not too good, man. Hey, man, you ever heard walking pneumonia?
I'm sorry. I can barely understand what you're saying.
I say, you ever hear walking pneumonia?
No, I've had a walking taco.
Walking pneumonia.
What?
Say you never hear. I'll say I never get your speaker thing, Bluetooth thing. I say you ain't never hear walking pneumonia.
No.
Wait for my brother called me back. Man, I'm feeling too good.
Oh. I hate to hear that.
I've been like this for the last couple of days, man. I had to go grab a cane, man.
You had to what?
This ain't me. Go grab a cane.
You had to grab a cane?
A cane. A walking cane, man.
Your legs hurt.
I found it. Now my back killing me and I couldn't get up. I had my stepson to help me up out the bed and I'm probably about to go to my son mom get out. I'm gonna go to the hospital, man, real quick. I'm waiting for my brother. I don't know where he is. 'Cause I ain't want to drive myself, so I'm shoot over there, see what's wrong, and hope I don't have it. I talked to him. He said probably do, 'cause he was in the same situation a while back.
Why would you have walking pneumonia?
The weather changing and all that, and you know, you never know.
What?
My body was aching. My body was kept aching and everything on one side, and I couldn't really toss. So I kept tossing and turning and everything. It's been hurt. I thought you probably had it before or something. That's why I was asking.
Maybe you just got a cold, bro. Don't you diagnosing walking pneumonia? Maybe you just got a cold.
I asked my brother because he had the same thing. His whole side was shut down. He thought it was just he pulled a muscle strain or something like that, but when he got there, he had walking pneumonia.
You might just have a cold. You been
Yeah,
coughing?
cold, man. No, I ain't doing none of that, man.
Just your back hurt.
Yeah, I mean, my nose sweat. I mean, sniffles or something, a little bit, but man, some sharp pain, man. I'm gonna go see you, man, because I was like having a problem breathing a little bit. Appreciate it.
You
All right,
might
thanks.
just have a little cold.
I ain't got no cold.
What?
I ain't got no cold, man. What's up? What's on the menu?
You've been listening to the show. You've been here the entire time. What you mean, what's on the menu? What did you call to talk about other than your little cold?
Nothing really. It seemed like dude here took the show. I thought this was the Emanuel afternoon experience. He made it to the Brian Peanut Butter Gallery Factory.
Well, it is not. It's neither of those. It is the afternoon experiment with Emanuel Livingston.
Hey, man, you the king of talk. Why you ain't go do the king protest, man?
Why would I? Why should I?
Because I thought that name stand out, King.
I don't think that's as clever as you think it is.
Well, so they got but it's a talking point that they had, though. A movement, right? So if you're saying you're a king, it's a movement.
Yes, they are expressing they're expressing how they feel.
You express how you feel when you come on at 3:30, right?
Right.
So you got to stand on your name. You the king, right? That's what your shirt say. That's what that little teleprompter, whatever you got, projector going across the YouTube channel, whatever, Facebook, say you the king.
Yes, it's a projector. Yes, I am the king of talk. Yes.
All right, geez. Oh, that hot.
What?
I'm just saying. No, one of them jalapeno poppers. I'm saying hot.
Why you eating that? Man, put the jalapeno poppers down and go get you some tea. Talking about you got walking pneumonia, but eating jalapeno poppers that are so hot that you can't stop, like a child. Like, you know how you give a kid something hot and they put it in their mouth and then they say, hot, and they take it out? You're a grown man. You don't have to say hot because something is hot. You just know it's hot.
No, man, the steam motherfucker, man. I didn't, first time ever trying that little, what that thing called, air fryer thing. First time ever tasting something out of that little thing, out of that machine. Oh, air fryer, yeah.
What did that have to do with anything? Whether you got it out of air fryer or you got it out of an oven, if it's hot, it's hot. Air fryer hot ain't no different hot than oven hot. It's hot.
I ain't know it was steaming like that, man.
Right, but a grown man don't usually be like, ooh, hot, hot, hot. That's little kid stuff. Come on, man, you better than that.
Yeah, whatever. You get some antifreeze or something like that, or acid on your hand, you'll say the same thing.
No, I wouldn't be like hot, hot.
So you don't tell your granddaughter, oh, it's hot. Don't touch it. Don't touch the plate. Yeah, it's hot.
She a
You ain't
little
never say that to
kid.
your.
I might tell a little kid, don't touch that, it's hot. But as a grown man, if I bite into something that's hot, I don't normally just be like, hot, hot, hot.
Man, you don't even eat, man. You eat uh sliced sliced cheese hot dogs with what you call it, fake tuna and stuff you create. So you don't really eat, so I can relate to you, dude.
Okay. Anyway, all of this has nothing to do. You brought this up by apparently
Oh, man.
biting something and couldn't help but to say hot, hot, hot. So, what was the point that you were trying to make before your grown ass was so thrown off your point by something hot? What was the point you were trying to make?
I ain't trying to make no point, man. I just came on here to vent and stuff, man. Holler at you and stuff. That's it. I don't too much got nothing to say, though. So what you think about that, what's your perspective on it? Your output on it at Chief, man.
I don't care nothing about
Getting
the
rid of
chief.
it or something.
I don't care nothing about the chief.
Huh.
If the chief resign, the chief resign. If the chief get fired, the chief get fired. If the chief stay on, the chief stay on. I don't care one way or the other.
It's kind of harsh, ain't it?
No, the chief ain't running around standing up for me. Why would I be running around standing up for her?
Basically, you don't do nothing.
I don't even know what that means. What does that mean?
You say she don't stand up for you and all that.
I'm
Man, you
not
don't do
talking
nothing
about
good
me
but
as
talk
an
smack.
individual. I'm talking about me in terms of things that are of
So what would
interest
you?
to
Hey,
me.
what would you grade her though, Emanuel, as Chief?
I wouldn't.
Mm,
I
you
mean,
cold blooded.
I wouldn't
So you
grade
got
her. I
that
don't. She's
attitude. You don't care, huh?
right. I don't care. What should I? What should I? Why should I care?
I know. I thought you the same guy that say be the reason somebody smile.
What does that
So
have
that's
to
caring,
do
right?
with the chief?
I'm saying that ain't that your outro? Be the reason somebody smile.
What does that have
Uplifting people.
to do with the chief?
But you have to say that about the Chief, right? We like, I know we go through hard things. He had a tough time on the force and all that, and we go through. But just uplift the Chief. Be
Why?
the reason that.
Why would I uplift the chief?
So why would I? So when you go on your outro, when you done with your podcast and everything, why should I listen to you and say be the reason somebody smile?
I don't.
If I listen to that.
I really think that you making a point.
I know I'm making no point
What is the
because
point
you
that you're making?
just like y'all said, we
That
need to
doesn't make
we need
any
to all get
sense.
along and all that. Be the reason somebody smile. So you just practicing what you trying to practice what you preach, right? Trying to be the reason somebody smile. Well, how is that? Don't you feel like somebody ought to be uplifting her or something like that?
This the walking pneumonia talking, right? It's making you delusional, and you combine walking pneumonia, you with the mouth presence of a toddler, and maybe the mental capacity of one as well. So now you're trying to
My
think.
club.
It
I'm just messing with you, baby. I'm just messing, man. I'm in pain, man. I'm just messing. Hey, man, you real talk on this note. Hey, man, well, you've been watching Rodney what is his name, Hinton.
Rodney Hinton.
You've been watching his case.
Somebody kind of brought it up, and so I looked at it a few days ago.
Yeah.
What about it?
Now, to be honest, they said he was out of his mind. He's not gonna get the death penalty, I believe. I think he ain't gonna get the death penalty, whatever. But do you think, say you was his lawyer or something like that, or something, by them showing him that video, Emanuel, do you think he should be charged with manslaughter? I was just thinking, I was gonna ask you a why at this
Well,
one day. When I seen it the other day, I was gonna say I'm gonna go see what's your output on it.
well,
By him saying that, because that'll make a mud. Because I thought, Emanuel, to be honest, man, showing your evidence, say you sell drugs or you did a harsh crime or you do something, and they charging you, it go from preliminary hearing to pre-trial to trial, right? And so, as you break it down, Emmanuel, to see the evidence, only one can see it is your lawyer, your motion discovery, whatever you've been charged with, the videos, whatever comes about. But by them showing them that, it's premeditated on what he did. But I feel like this, Emmanuel, in my eyes, I think he should be charged with manslaughter, man. Because y'all provoked that man to go out there to run on you, kill a cop, or whatever the situation. I think he should be charged with manslaughter instead of first degree murder, however they want to put it. Don't you think? That's my opinion about it, man. What you think?
Well, I don't necessarily agree with that. I think
I was just thinking about go ask you or Wyatt about it, what you think. Because I think, to me, from that, man, I thought usually they show you something like that after once the pre-trial, before pre-trial, then trial. Let me see the motion discovery. Your lawyer bring all that about.
what are you
And
talking
then
about? Hold on, I'm confused about what you're talking
come on, man,
about.
you don't know about the court system?
I'm confused.
No, just thinking. I'm thinking they're gonna try to charge him. They already charged for first degree. I think they should drop it down to manslaughter. Don't you think? By them showing him, if they would have never showed him that video, he would probably still be out. You think out on the streets? You think so? If they would have never showed him that video.
Well, he was gonna see the video eventually.
Man, I think I would have been like, no, you can't see this, man. Too much for you. Or something that'll make a person go crazy, act crazy, man. But I'm just saying, what's your output on it? What's your take on it, man?
I don't think them
be
showing him the video is gonna, be able to probably be used. Oh, y'all was provoking him. I don't think that's reasonable or logical. I think, the idea that, and again, I'm no lawyer. I didn't go to law school, none of that kind of stuff. And so maybe his attorney will argue that, like, when they say that they found that him to be insane, that I don't think that necessarily means he's insane. That just means that at that moment, or this is my perception, at that moment, he couldn't tell right from wrong because of his emotional state after seeing that video. But that doesn't mean that he didn't do what he did. Now, whether or not Clyde can get those charges knocked down, based on the psychologist's examination and saying that, he was insane or whatever at that moment. I don't think, though, you're tying him seeing it somehow into his case. And I think you're confused about what it is that you're trying to say.
I'm not confused about nothing, man. I'm just saying, him saying that, in my eyes, I would have never showed it or whatever. I would have just left it up to the, the lawyer, whatever, the prosecutor who handled the case.
See, no. Hold on. Did handle what? Hold on. Let's take it one bit at a time.
Ahead.
You said you would have left it to the lawyer that handled the case. That handled what case?
His case, a public defender. We got to hear the public defender.
Hold on, but that handle what case would you have left it to in order, him seeing that video?
No, I'm just saying I would have if his public defender or whoever.
He didn't have a public defender.
Got it. The prosecutor already got it in front of her.
No,
but his lawyer.
Hold on. See, this is why I'm saying you're confused. His son got killed. There was no case against the father. So,
I know that he saw that what's happened. Okay, but I would have just the police, they say he had a gun. What did he say? The young man pointed at the police officer, right?
That's what they said.
Okay, when he saw the full video of it, because he probably saw the full video of it, he snapped.
Okay.
Then I would have just left it at that, man. They showed him the video. I've been like, no, I can't do this. If I was whoever showed him that video, I would have never no. I can't do this. I can't show the video, and you might, because as soon as he probably showed the video, I'm pretty sure he saw it before, but he wanted to see probably clear evidence, really clear. And he saw it and like, oh, I'm about to snap. And we went out there, man.
I don't think that, again, I think you're confused.
How am I confusing, man?
No, not confusing. You're confused.
I'm
Look,
just,
hold
I
on,
was
listen.
just, I don't know.
Please listen. Because at least I want your theory to even make sense to you. But based on, reality. Okay?
Yeah.
As I understand it, his son was killed. Can we both agree to that?
Yeah.
Shot by the police. We both agree with that.
Yeah.
All right. Now, at this point, they're going to release the video to the public, in essence, to kind of say, hey, we ain't got nothing to hide. We're going to show you the video, and you will all see that the police
I'm pretty sure he saw that first, right? Before going into that
Hold on.
chamber.
Wait, we
Okay,
taking it
go
step
ahead,
by
man.
step.
Go ahead.
The police are saying, we're going to release the video to the public so that you all will see what happened, and you'll see for yourself that we did nothing wrong. We would agree that that's probably what the police department's intention was, right?
Right.
All right. Now, before we show this video to the public, we don't want the family to have to watch it and see it as the public is seeing it for the first time. So we're going to show it to the family before they see it on the news or, on TV or whatever. That's probably what they're thinking, right?
I guess.
Hold on. We shouldn't be at an I guess here. What else, what other reason do you think they were showing it to the family?
Say it was probable cause that to justify that the police killed.
That's why they're going to release it to the public. We already agreed to that. Why do you think the family gets to view it before the public?
To see was it justifiable.
Well, I think they're going to show it to the family so that the family is not traumatized with the public, so to speak. You're the family. You see this before anybody else sees this. So, you don't have to rely on what the news said or, what your cousin who saw it on Channel 12 said he saw. You saw it before anybody else, just out of respect for you being his family. Can we agree that that's what they were doing?
I usually don't agree with you, but I can say I agree with Emanuel Livingston today.
So you agree with that? So
yeah, I agree with Emanuel Livingston.
All right, so far we are all on the same page. Now, he sees it and we'll say it infuriates him. It puts him into a state where he is so upset that he can't distinguish right from wrong. And then he goes out and he commits this act.
Right.
Okay, so that's where we are. What were you talking about then before this?
I thought maybe, I don't know, it was just my point of view. I thought it was already out and they showed him the real video. So, because I thought it was like two different angles, the way it was presented on Facebook and other platforms and news and all that. I saw different views, like he never had a gun, or he had a gun and all that. It's like, man, what are we looking at? He had a gun or he didn't have a gun and stuff. And the way they said the police shot him, but it was an undercover that really shot him. The way they had the video. Other people had video with different angles of it.
Wait, so you believe they showed him a different video?
No, I think they showed him real McCoy.
Okay,
I think they showed the real one.
I'm so confused. I don't even know what it is that you're trying to say that you believe anymore.
I said I believe they showed the real one. What you talking about?
Okay.
But I thought it was like from a different I thought it was like we'll show. I don't know it, man. I guess I thought it was released before. I mean, it was released before our ass can see before the family. I thought the family probably we got a little small portion, but they got the big portion of it, and that's when he snapped. But into my eyes, I'm saying I don't think I would have showed it to him.
So you
It's
don't
too
think
rated,
that?
and
So you don't believe that if someone's family member gets killed by the police, that the police should show that video to the family? You
no, I
think?
don't believe. I mean, yeah, you supposed. I guess I'm confused. You can say about the situation. I
Right.
can admit to it, but it's like a iffy situation. But I'm just saying, if I would have never, I don't know, man. I probably wouldn't, as a person like me, I probably wouldn't like want to see that video. The mindset that I have, and you shot my son on the strength of it, and I know you killed my boy, it would make me go crazy, more than I'm going for the whole force. In my eyes, I don't want to see that damn video. It's gonna make me snap.
Okay, and they
Like
don't.
situation with my daughter and stuff.
But I'm fairly
I
certain. I'm
snapped
fair.
on everybody, but
Hold on, but I'm fairly certain they don't force the family to watch it. If you don't want to see it,
no, you're right. You're right.
yeah,
You're right.
then
You're
you
right.
don't
You're
have
right.
to
You're
watch
right.
it.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. I can't agree with you. That's why I was just, I was just asking you because I was kind of like confused. I don't know if they showed a portion to us and showed them the whole, you dig and everything.
But I mean, even let's say that they only showed a portion of us. They showed the family the whole you
Yeah.
dig. Uh, okay, okay.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. That's why I was, confused, a little bit confused about it though.
Okay.
That's what I was saying. I don't know. That's all I want to. I was gonna ask you a why about this situation
All right.
and everything.
Well, I
That's
don't
all.
know. I don't know what he should be charged with. I don't know
Yeah.
all of the different, manslaughter and
Yeah.
murder and all that kind of stuff. Um, but hopefully it all works out for him. I feel, a great deal of sympathy for him, for his family, and
Yeah.
yeah, I feel bad, and it's one of those things where people like me, and I didn't come up with it,
Mhm.
but a lot of people have been. It is bad cops get
Mhm.
good cops killed, and so the bad cops running around out there who are
Yeah.
killing people and doctoring videos so that it's super blurry so they can tell you
Mhm.
anything happened and you can't tell one way or the other. I think those are the kind of cops, and I mean, this is just the real life practical application of the saying that it is the things that the bad cops do that make people so mad that they go out
Yeah.
and take it out on good cops.
True. That's true. Okay. That's all I wanted to ask you, man. I ain't got nothing else, man. I ain't gonna crash out on you today. You been good though. You been good, my guy.
All right. Well, I hope you feel better.
Yeah. I'm
Take
gonna give me a
some cold
couple of
medicine or
hours.
something like that.
Huh? You say what?
Take
E?
some cold medicine or something. I think you probably just
I
got a
don't too
cold.
much take medicine. E.
Huh?
I don't too much take medicine.
So what you
Man.
think they gonna do when you go to the doctor?
I don't know. Give me an IV or something.
What do you think
Dehydrate
gonna
or,
be in the IV?
I ain't go on too much. No, like taking medicine though.
It's gonna be some IV in the medicine if they give you an IV.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just
some
don't like
medicine in the
taking
IV
pills, really.
if they give you the IV.
You say what?
It's gonna be some medicine in the IV probably.
Oh, I know it is. I know it is.
Then what are you talking about? You don't do medicine. Just take some medicine. Skip the doctor. You
I'm
probably
telling
don't
them
even need to
pills and
go to
all
the
that.
doctor.
Certain pills I'm allergic to, so
Do you
gotta be
know
careful
what pills you're allergic to?
ibuprofen, some aspirin.
Then don't
Can't
take
take those.
those.
Now I gotta make sure though.
They print it right on the box when you buy it.
I know that, man. Certain ones I don't take, man.
Don't
I'm
buy the
telling you.
ones that you don't take. Buy the ones that'll
I know
help
that.
you,
The only
that you're
one I
not
can
allergic
stand
to.
is leaves. I used to take those for hangovers. So
Then go buy some Aleve. Take a few Aleve.
I got some though, man.
So take some Aleve.
I don't want to.
Ain't nothing wrong with you.
I'm good. I'll wait till I get to the house.
Your big tummy don't feel good. That's it. Take some Aleve. Drink some ginger ale. Stop calling people for a minute and relax. And stop eating damn jalapeno poppers. Eat some soup.
No, man, I had barbecue earlier, had a rib steak and everything, man.
That is
That's what I
not.
had to say.
Oh, I got walking pneumonia, so let me get some barbecue, a rib and a steak, and some jalapeno poppers. That is
Man,
not walking pneumonia medicine.
Man, that's what I had to taste for earlier, man. So I barbecued, and my stepson had that jalapeno popper. I said, let me try one. He put in that little air fryer thingy, whatever that thing is. And I wanted to try it because I ain't never tried it out the air fryer. So man, this thing hot. He gave it to me like, here you go. He ain't say, hey, it's hot or nothing. I thought he let it cool down or something. I bit into it, damn, it burnt my lip.
I'm just saying, ain't nothing wrong with you. You don't need no damn cane. Just sit your ass down, take some medicine, drink some damn ginger ale, and relax. Eat some soup.
Ginger ale,
soup, nigga, eat some soup.
Ginger ale don't go well with my stomach.
Oh my God! Now your big tummy is gonna be aching again, nigga. Just eat some chicken noodle soup.
Probably. I go eat me some hot dogs, one of them glizzies with some tuna.
Nigga, hot dogs is not pneumonia food.
Tuna is. Tuna and noodles.
Okay, eat some tuna and noodles.
Yeah, it's all right if you can come on and make it for you, man, or no?
Did you really just ask a man to come to your house and make you a meal? Tell me.
I'm just messing. I'm messing about your tuna making. Oh, God, man. I gotta sit down. I'll let you, man.
All right.
Be safe, eat.
Take it easy.
Man.
All right, that was twin. His tummy hurt. Oh boy, he got walking pneumonia. It's so bad he had to go get a cane. Big ass baby had to go get a cane. But eating jalapeno poppers. Oh, I feel so bad. I need to go to the doctor. Oh, give me my cane. I gotta go to the doctor. Oh, Jesus, help me. I gotta go to the doctor. Oh, let me get one of them jalapeno poppers. Big baby. All right. He'll say, will you come and cook for me? Oh my goodness. That was super awkward and not hetero. That was not hetero. I'm just saying. Because you can't say the other word. What else? What else y'all got? I'm about to get out of here. I got some stuff I have to do. I don't know why he said that. I have no idea why he said that. Andrew says, I've had walking pneumonia before and didn't need a cane. What does? I don't know what he thought. That you need a cane. Because it's called walking pneumonia. So he thought he needed a cane. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Y'all are terrible. Oh. All right. Anything else? All hearts and minds are clear. We really do. We've been saying this, a lot of us have been saying this for a long time. Bad cops get good cops. Because y'all know how it happens. People do something wrong, and for whatever reason, I don't know, but for whatever reason, the people who end up suffering the consequences for it aren't necessarily the wrongdoers. It's the other people. And if law enforcement would get that through their head, maybe they could hold each other accountable for real. Like, hey, no, you're not going to violate his rights. Treat that man with dignity and respect. Go ahead, arrest him. You got to arrest him. He violated the law. But you don't have to beat him. You don't have to. I was watching the little I-Team report just the other day, and they were talking about a particular cop in Covington, and they had a video of him breaking a woman's arm. And I didn't really. I was shocked by the video, because when I heard, you could audibly hear the arm break. And I thought, did he just hit her on the head with that flashlight? Because the crack was that loud. It sounded like maybe he hit her on the head with the flashlight. And he just didn't care. It was crazy. CK.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hey, how you doing, Mr. Livingston? Emanuel, this is CK, Cincinnati King.
All right. What's on your mind?
I heard you say you have the IV would be in the medicine.
I think I did accidentally say that.
I like that. I like that from a king of talk. Because even you're a king, but you're still human. So you make mistakes just like the rest of us.
Yes.
And the name of my podcast was called Car Full of Garages, referencing your IV full of medicines.
Wait, say that again?
My podcast is called Car Full of Garages.
Okay.
You see how my brain works there?
Yes.
It's a little what's the word when you flip them? When you read stuff backwards.
I'm not sure.
Golly, they're gonna put it in the comments, man. Jesus Christ. That's what I hate about getting old.
I think we call it flip the strip.
Right. I have when you read things backwards, man, when you learn,
I'm certain you're talking about dyslexia, but
dyslexia, yes.
That's not really dyslexia.
So was that a form of dyslexia when you said you have the medicine full of IVs?
No, that was probably just mentally I made a mistake. But I did correct it because I kind of heard it, and so I went back and corrected it.
Yeah, and that's what I'm studying, this King of Talk phenomenon. You know what I mean? I remember when it first hit the airwaves in like the late '90s, early 2000s, I believe, and Lincoln made a big stink about it. But I was kind of, I liked it. I thought the title was pretty good.
He did make a big stink about it. You're remembering that correctly. He really did make a big stink about it.
You remember? Hey, that show we've been around a long time. That's before we had the Gravy, man.
Yeah, actually, it probably is. Yeah.
Yeah. And that was a good time. But yeah, he did not like. I was like, why wouldn't you want your little homie to come up with a good moniker? You know what I mean? You're supposed to be the little. So that's when I knew it was a real envious, jealousy type relationship going on in 1230.
Do you remember how the title, The King of Talk, came to be?
No, sir. Please explain.
Oh, I just was wondering if you remembered. It's not all that important. I just didn't know if you remembered.
I remember when you did, and he was making a big. I was like, damn. I was like, he the co-host. How you jealous of the co-host coming up with the King of Top? It's like I think he wanted you to name him that. That's probably what the stink was about. He probably liked it, but he didn't like who it was titled to.
That's very perceptive of you. Exactly. That's exactly what he told me.
I told you. I
No, I'm
told you.
not joking.
I was
Even a little bit. I'm not joking. He really did. He was like, yeah, I like it. I wish I would have came up with that before you came up with it. And so, yeah, that was why he had an issue with it. Yes.
right. But see, that's what I'm saying. You got to know how to handle things as men, and he'll let you use it. But don't, you know what I mean? He ain't playing it right. Especially as an older cat, he got to come at you different and get that up off of you. You feel me? But he played it. He let you know how this. Hey, that's why you say never let the right hand know what the left hand doing, or whatever it go. But and another thing we learned from the last call was what your dude did when he asked you for the to come over and make a meal for him. That was groundbreaking. I was like, how long has he been? He finally got a little opportunity. He stuck his teeth in. E-Man called him all the way out of it publicly. E-Man said, hold on, did you just ask another man to come cook for you? That, that was the best part of the podcast, sir.
You know,
Oh, my God.
I have to give Twin a hard time. I have to give him, a hard time.
Yeah, I mean, but no, that's true. You actually did do that. And he didn't realize, hopefully it's the first time he's done it and the last, but he really did. You know what I mean? But, we go through that. Maybe he's not feeling good and he's slipping up, his guard coming down. But sometimes people do have long relationships with you just to try to make a move on you like that. You know what I mean?
I don't think he was actually trying to make a move. I think
No,
he was trying
not
to make a
him.
joke.
I'm just saying, what happened. People will go all the way around the world to try to get their goal, though. Now, not him, though, but, in
Yes.
certain circumstances.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And, hey, man, I appreciate you, man. Like I said, everything been going well on my end, man. I'm about to go back to Atlanta to a huge concert this weekend, sir. Chief Keef, Marvin Sapp, Ludacris, oh my God, Future. It's so many people going to be there, sir.
I have a feeling that is not the lineup of the concert.
Yeah, I can send it to you right now. What are you talking about? I got it on my thing. You want me to send it to your messenger right now?
Yes.
Okay. Oh my God. Okay, here we go. Yeah, he said send it to. I'm bullshit. Okay. You must forgot I'm the realest one, man, ever.
I'm not saying you're lying. I'm just saying I don't believe you.
Oh, Lord. That's why I'm saying you got to stop not believing me when I always come with the receipts.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Boom. Going straight to it. And the messenger come through quick so you can do them on live. Live. Here we go.
Okay, hold on. Pull it up. You tell me when you sent it.
Did you get it? Okay, I'm sending it. Right, okay.
Now, where are you sending it to?
To your messenger, E-Man, this one you want?
Okay. What I'm looking for. That just don't sound like a regular lineup.
Oh my God.
Did you send it yet?
Here we go. Yeah, here we go, right here. Dang. Okay, bam. I got it right here. Sending it. Boom, messenger. Boom, E-Man. All I gotta do is put a Livingston. Say it, call. Boom, got him.
All right.
It's in there now. Yeah, now look at the invitation. Yes, sir.
All right, hold on. Let me look at it.
Yes, sir. Don't never believe me. I'm just gonna lie to the public.
Oh my goodness, I can't hardly see this. Hold on.
Yeah, put it on the big computer screen.
I don't know that I can do that.
Oh, okay.
But hold on, I'm trying to look through. Oh my goodness.
Marvin Sapp,
Hold on.
Chief
That's
Keef, Future.
I'm looking for Marvin Sapp.
You see Marvin Sapp, right?
No.
Okay, hold on, let me go.
I see.
Marvin Sapp is right under Chief Keef, Marvin Sapp, Ray Vaughn, and Yakin. Look under Chief Keef.
Okay. Hold on.
You got Jagged Edge gonna be there, Wale gonna be
Yeah, I
there,
see
The
Chief.
Root, Mary J. Blige.
I see Ludacris. I see Jasmine Sullivan. Jagged Edge. I'm looking for Marvin Sapp.
Right, look at Chief Keef. You don't see Chief. Look at Ludacris.
I
Clips,
do
and
see
then
Marvin
Chief Keef.
Sapp.
Huh?
But bro, what is this? What did you just send me?
This gonna be the concert at Piedmont Park on the 24th and 25th this weekend in Atlanta.
Okay, so that makes sense then. It's kind of like the Black Family Reunion type thing.
Right.
Where it's not like a concert, like, oh, come to the concert, buy tickets, and boom, this is the concert. It's multiple days and, multiple artists and multiple. Okay, that makes sense.
Yes,
okay.
Sir.
See,
yes,
I didn't
sir.
believe
I
you,
told
but
you, man,
you just said
you gotta understand. I don't be lying to you, brother.
But the way that you presented it was a little deceptive.
But I would listen. It's $200 for them tickets. That ain't no damn deception. But look, this is how I want you to understand, sir. You have to be a man of God and stop judging people thinking they lying. Ain't nobody lying to you, sir.
I didn't say you was lying. I said I didn't believe you.
You need to start believing me, sir. I'm a man of God.
No. I will believe you if what you say sounds reasonable. It didn't sound reasonable that you were going to a concert, with Chief Keef and who else did you say?
Sapp.
And all these rappers and Marvin Sapp. That just did not sound believable.
But it's true. It's true.
It's kind of true, but it's kind of not. I mean, that would be like, what I'm saying, if I lived in Atlanta and I was coming up here for the weekend for the Black Family Reunion, and then I was like, oh, I'm going to this concert. I don't even remember who they had this year.
Right.
But like, oh man, it's gonna be I don't know no rappers. Too Short and NWA, Public Enemy, and Marvin Sapp. Like, wait a minute. You telling me you're going to a concert and the lineup is Too Short, NWA, Public Enemy, and Marvin Sapp.
Right.
No, I'm not. I'm going to the Black Family Reunion, and over the course of the weekend, all of those artists will perform on certain stages. But Marvin Sapp is not touring with Too Short, NWA, Public Enemy. So the way you presented it was a bit deceptive.
But I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna get a lot of that. Like you said, half of them we don't know, but half of them we do know. You know what I mean? So I don't know how, like you said, how they gonna do a performance. Never would have made it without. You remember that?
I
would have lost it all.
I don't remember it being sang quite like that, but I do remember the song.
Hey, that song was fire, in my opinion. I mean, what was your opinion when you heard that as a young lad?
Well, I wasn't that young, and I thought it was decent.
I'm like, because you one of them guys, you and your brother Nathaniel, y'all are hard to please entertainingly. Like, I would hate to see y'all come to a comedy special, Nathan and E-Man together.
Why?
Because they seem hard to please on the entertaining side.
No, I don't. Well, I can only speak for me. I can't necessarily speak for Nate. Yes. But no, I love good entertainment.
Yeah, but you're like Chef Ramsay when it comes to judging. Like you just said, Marvin said, it was decent, it was all right. It's like, who blows Emanuel away? Like, whoa! Like, y'all are hard to make. I want somebody to do that to you, like, whoa. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Like,
hold on. Here's what I'll
performance.
give you that. I am not overly demonstrative, at a comedy show. I am not the dude rolling around holding my stomach and being loud and obnoxious with my laughter, unless it really is that funny. When I went and saw Tommy Davidson
Yes.
many years ago, like many years ago, and he was super funny, and yes, I was cracking up. But no,
Hold
I'm
up.
not overly demonstrative when I'm being entertained. I'm just enjoying the entertainment.
Hold up, man.
I am not one of them
This,
dudes in the concert screaming like a woman.
but hold up. What you just did, you did prove. Okay, you said you did get out of character, but the dude you named is a top 3 Mount Rushmore guy. So that shows that, yeah. So it does pay off for you to have a hard judge but the good ones still get you, the legends. Because, he's a top 5. He's up there with Sammy Davis Jr., if you remember that cat. Legendary entertainer.
I was never all that
Tommy,
impressed by Sammy Davis Jr., but okay.
well, now how far up the ranks? Because like you just said, he had you laugh harder than you ever laughed in your life.
I didn't say
So
that.
where do you put? Oh, he wasn't the top comedian that made you up?
No, I'm just
I
saying
thought he was the
in
number
that moment, he said a few things that were really funny, and I did laugh really hard, and my stomach was hurting. But I'm normally not that was the funniest thing. It was, you had to be in the situation at the time
Yes.
to understand. And so,
Okay.
but I'm just not one of them dudes that when Jagged Edge come out, you're going to be screaming, ah! I'm not that dude. Like, Jagged Edge is coming out, I'm going to enjoy the entertainment, but I'm not going to be screaming. So when Jagged Edge say, somebody scream, you're going to be, ah!
No, that's only when Run DMC come out on the Let's Get Married remix. Reverend Run got a part on there.
Okay,
On
I'm
the
just saying,
remix,
either
Let's Get
way,
Married.
that's not going to be me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but we still could get it. That's what I'm saying. As long as we know that we got certain entertainers that still gonna bring it out of you. Because Tommy Davis, in your experience, is a lot of people experience. They got the same damn story you said about him. So that means he's legendary, top tier, Mount Rushmore-esque.
And
you're talking about a top 10 guy.
And CK, please don't get me wrong. If you scream when Jagged Edge come out, there's no judgment. You know what I'm saying? You got a right to scream. Now, I might be, hey, something like that. But if you say, I wouldn't judge you.
The lady would judge me, and I won't have one no more. She's not gonna want to be with no feminine screaming cat. You hear me?
So you've been working on your screaming? You've been working on your screaming?
Listen, sir. I conduct myself in a masculine manner at all times. I never do none of that fruity feminine stuff. Never.
So you worked on it.
I have to. I see you a comedian yourself. But I worked on it. Oh, all right, man. You got it. That would hurt. That would hurt. That was a good one. That would hurt. I'm gonna have to get off the phone with that one, but that was a good thing. You worked on it. I ain't even got no counterpunch on that, man. Jesus Christ. Hey, God bless the family, man. God bless everybody. Appreciate you, brother.
CK, I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was misleading. I'm looking at this flyer that he sent me. And like I said, again, think Black Family Reunion Weekend. And it's broken up into different days. And it looked like, it's kind of small, but it looked like different days, different stages. How would you scream if Jagged Edge came out again? I wouldn't scream. I'm just saying, I've been in situations, it's more of a hip hop thing, I'm gonna say. But I've been in situations where they like, everybody scream. And the girls scream. But, I've been in, hey, something like that, But I'm not I'm not a screamer. I've never been in that situation. Not in that situation. Oh my goodness, what? Somebody else sent me something. I gotta go back. What else? What else is in Messenger? Open. Is that Tyler Perry? Black Guru? That looked like a cross between Tyler Perry and Albie Shore. And it's a video. I'm going to just play it. I don't know what it. Oh, I can't hear it. Okay, I'm going to have to go and look at it. I'm going to have to look at it. I can't. Hold on. I'm sorry, Jericho. I'm trying to pull this thing up that you just sent me. I don't know who this dude is. But again, it looked like, is it muted or something? Gotta be muted. Where is mute? What? Oh, hold on.
What these people are ready to do. My goodness.
I'm gonna tell y'all straight up like this. I just got that text that the link is definitely cut the fuck off for November. Y'all better stay the fuck out of my way in these stores. I'm walking out with cards and I'm not paying for shit. Trump, if you want motherfuckers start looting, it's gonna happen. Before my kids go broke in this bitch like Jock, I'm gonna be stealing like it ain't no tomorrow. I am going to go in that store, get everything I get regularly. I'm going to bag my shit up, swipe my link card as soon as that bitch say ain't no pending balance on there. I'm going to walk the fuck out. And I'm going to have one of my cousins with me that'll punch your ass so hard you going to think a Jet 2 holiday hit your bitch if you think I ain't finna walk out that stuff. And please follow me to that car if you feeling you ain't going to make it back to your position at that Walmart store. I'm telling you.
You heard her. They're about to start looting.
Y'all think I got money and shit? I don't, because all your fucking fraud and fucking stealing and inheritance and all that shit. I have no fucking money. I'm barely even surviving right now.
Live in Chicago. Do y'all think these people finna sit the back without no EBT? You know how many I know that got like 9 kids and depend on that shit? You think they finna wait for the Democrats to stop doing this shit? They ain't. They not. I don't want to do it. But who gonna feed these kids? Who gonna sit back and listen to their kids being hungry all day and everybody don't even like helping each other? If we being for real around this bitch. What y'all fail to realize is
But you got your nails,
for us.
lashes done.
Maybe we need to make noise like this and start fucking wilding the fuck out for them to hear us. Motherfuckers don't never want to come together and make a
Gold chain.
sit here and complain and let them do whatever. I'm tired of that shit. I'm tired of that shit.
Okay. This looks like a pretty long video. I'll have to watch it, the rest of it. I'm going to just say, I don't know what this means. Maybe I shouldn't even say it, but you couldn't see her. But each one of those women that was talking look exactly like they sound. It was a black woman, then a white woman, then a black woman, and each one of them looked exactly like they sound. That's all I'm saying about that. Yeah. Sierra says that commentary was racist. Was it though? Was it? I mean, you run around talking about you ain't got no money to feed your kids, but you got the 4 nails done, the 4 eyelashes done. Her hair wasn't done. But you got you know what I'm saying? You can't sacrifice this for some food? I don't know that it was racist. I don't know that it was racist. Ben says had baby hair. Well, the hair wasn't done enough. The first one, the hair wasn't done enough to have baby hair, but I'm sure when she go get it done, she gonna have baby hair. But yeah, she had the lashes and all of that. Yeah, it was. They looked like, and the white lady, with no teeth, uh, looked like she was in a trailer or something. Yeah. They look like they sound. Um, and hey, I say no. I say don't be stealing stuff. But at the same time, if you're going through the self checkout, you know what I'm saying. You work for the company. They should be giving you an employee discount. Their what do they call it? Loss prevention team. I guess that's on them. Tria said, was her feet dirty? I can almost guarantee her feet was dirty. I can almost guarantee it. Last time I got my hair done, my stylist began doing baby hair, and I immediately stopped her. Like, hey, So that was a good choice. That was a good choice. I'm not sure if the baby hair create the behavior or if the behavior encourages you to get the baby hair. Don't test it. Don't test it. You get that baby hair, next thing you know, you out here flipping out and acting crazy and all that kind of stuff. Where did that come from? Then you'll know. Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm just kind of being silly. Kim says they just want to clown anyway. They don't have no filter. Social would catch on and it's gonna be a trend nationwide. Well, this is clearly, looks like a really long video that Tyler Perry / Albie Shore. He really does to me look like a cross between Tyler Perry and Albie Shore. But it looks like a fairly long video of just different clips of a lot of different people kind of saying the same thing. So maybe it is a bit of a social media thing. Did you see that Aldi has a special where you can purchase your entire Thanksgiving meal, including the turkey, for only $40? You got to cook it, though. But that's a great deal. Is it? I mean, yes, that's a great deal. Do I trust a whole meal, turkey included, for $40? I don't know. Where they get them turkeys from? I don't know if I trust it. I don't know. Dina says the white chalk line on men is the equivalent to women baby hair. I don't know. I don't know. Is it? I think maybe the Beijing is the equivalent to the baby hair. The super duper crispy Beijing hairline. Maybe the chalk outline with the Beijing is the lashes. The big lashes is the white chalk. Jack say you can get an entire Thanksgiving meal at the free store for free. But you really should just leave that for the people who need it. If you need it, no judgment. But if you just like, I don't need it, but it's free, and if it's free, it's for me, then don't go. No, leave it alone. You better not be slandering Aldi. They get their turkeys where everybody else get their turkeys. I don't know if that's true. I'm not saying it ain't. I'm just saying I can't with 100% certainty say it is. Oh, it looked like that was Fame. But he hung up. Popeye's got ready-made turkeys. I heard they're good. They might be good. They cooking them in that chicken grease, so turkey cooked in chicken grease. Deep fried probably. A deep fried turkey, deep fried in chicken grease might be delicious. You never know. DeAndre say, getting my turkey from Popeyes. All right. Jerica say Popeyes turkeys are good. Are they deep fried in chicken grease, like I imagine? Janice says, don't jump on me, but why are people having multiple babies not knowing how they're going to feed them or where they'll live? The thought terrifies me because they wanted to have sex and a baby happened and they didn't believe in abortion. That really is where a lot of babies come from. Not, I want a baby, but, I had sex with somebody and I ended up pregnant and I don't believe in abortion. That's where some babies come from. Blade.
Hey, buddy. How's it going?
How you doing?
Pretty good. They was having babies out of wedlock in the 62. I'm kind of tired of people being hypocrites.
How is that being hypocritical?
Because when we get a certain age, we think we have arrived. Hey, man. I wanted to ask you something.
Okay.
But I kind of forgot what I wanted to ask you, buddy. My mind is with blank.
Oh. I hate when that happens.
But yeah, guess I might be getting young. Yeah. Your first caller. He's very enlightenment, but I think that's the problem with the young people. They got a lot of knowledge, but the end of your thesis, you don't know who your enemy is.
You're asking me?
No, I'm asking him. And you asked him. He don't know who his enemy is. And this.
Go ahead.
This thing, yeah, we down. We march with everybody. And he said we starting to wake up. I think he need to wake up a little bit more. I think that might be our problem. We want to march in kumbaya and hold hands with everybody, but as we see these people like Fiji. I remember I told you what she was talking about, what's called, and you talking about, well, this because she didn't say black, she didn't mean it. Yeah, she meant what she said, and she been doing a lot of things against black. Just like when she so-called went to the school and this and that, whatever. I'm pretty sure that was a black school to chastise the black people in the black community. Her ass should have been fired. She need to go with her old ass. That's just my personal opinion about it. And are they trying to sneak your boy to take your buddy's place?
Who?
As Miss Nettie say, Kevin Orange.
Oh, you're talking about Kevin Aldridge. I'm not sure what agreement they have over there. He might just be in there, to sit in for when Lincoln doesn't come up. But they might have, the thought that whenever Lincoln finally does retire or, not wake up, that they have to have someone in place So,
Well, only thing I got to say about that, because I see he's trying to get a little comfortable, is Lincoln's groupies fall for that. They are slow as I thought they were. I wouldn't fall for it because he's not a radio guy, and I don't, like I said, I don't know why they're trying to sneak him on there. He wants to lecture, and he was getting a lot of bold and aggressive today, hanging up on people. And he's like I said, he's not a radio guy. If they don't get it to Terrence, I know people need to hear something in their ear. They need a boycott because he's very he's boring.
Well, let me comment on that just a little bit because I didn't hear him today, so I won't comment on that portion of it.
Go ahead.
I'll say what I heard on Monday, and I didn't hear the whole show, but what I heard on Monday, I thought he did a good job.
That's your opinion.
And well, that's why I said I thought he did a good job. I didn't say everybody.
I'm just messing with you.
And with regard to if they don't get at the Terrence, they're not going to give that to Terrence. But that's probably more so because that's not where Terrence's passion is. Terrence does not want to be a talk show host. Terrence wants to, if anything, Terrence wants to do the music side much more over the talk side. So if it's not something that Terrence wants and or desires, it would kind of be foolish to give it to him in that way.
He can do both.
He doesn't necessarily want to do both.
If they pay him Lincoln money, you don't have to like it. Take that check.
Well, if they paid him Lincoln money, I'm certain he'd do it. But they're not going to pay him Lincoln money. And I don't believe it's something that he wants to do, period.
But like I said, if Cincinnati groupies go for Kevin, is that the best y'all can do?
Again, I thought he did a good job. In all reality, what is he doing that's wrong?
He's very boring, like a white person fixing potato salad. He has no flavor. If y'all settle for him, he's the same old get along guy. He's not going to change nothing. I mean, he want to lecture and he say he's a preacher and whatever. I mean, I like listening to preachers, but I don't want to hear that on the radio. I don't want to hear you lecturing to me. And you can tell he's a preacher because, okay, you had 3 topics, but you only stayed on one topic for 3 hours. Come on, man. Take that boring stuff back on to your newspaper. Nobody want to hear that, man.
Okay.
And then somebody was saying something, and then he was caping for a Fiji. He hung up on the dude tomorrow. We're not gonna do it because the dude said she was ugly. Man, people can express their own opinion. Who is he? Like I said, he gatekeeping already and haven't even got the title yet. And besides, I know he's a Divine 9, so he's gonna gatekeep. But man, at least show some backbone.
Okay, again, I don't necessarily agree with you. I guess I understand. He is not Lincoln Ware.
You don't have to agree with me. That's my opinion.
Okay, I didn't say that I had to agree with it. I just expressed that I don't. And he is not Lincoln Ware. And I
didn't say he was.
I'm glad that he's not trying to be Lincoln Ware.
He's a white dish at a white table. He's potato salad. He has no flavor.
Again, I don't agree with you.
That's your opinion.
That's why I said I don't agree with you. I didn't say the whole world doesn't agree with you.
But man, I really think they should let you come back.
I think I'm all right.
What's up on that lawsuit?
I don't know what lawsuit you're talking about.
They fired you because you didn't take the shot.
Right.
So it's a lawsuit.
I'm not suing them.
And what's bad about it, you can really get that lawsuit, man, because I think Trump will back you.
Again, I'm not suing them.
Okay. You and Raven can sue him. No, that's right. She took the shot. Okay. And they still let her go. Okay then, man. But anyway, like I said, if the groupies fall for him, man, Glenn Ford said, "Who killed Black radio?" Or if he get on there, you might have to put the coffin, put the nails in the coffin, because he's real boring.
All right.
Okay, man, have a good one. I know y'all like him because he's from Cincinnati, but other than that, man, is that the best y'all can do?
All
Have
right.
a good one.
All right. Again, I don't agree with him. I didn't hear him today. I didn't get an opportunity to listen to the Lincoln Warren show today. So no, I didn't hear him, and that was that. But when I listened to him I think I listened to about 2 hours of him off and on Monday, and I thought he did a good job. No, he wasn't. I wasn't cracking up the whole time, but it's talk radio. It's talk radio. It's not. Again, different people have different styles and different ways that they do things. Some are a little more entertaining. Some are a little less entertaining. I think, there is a middle ground. You don't want to be NPR, because to me, that's just boring. But you don't necessarily want to be Lincoln Ware either, where it's just a laugh a minute, because sometimes the information can get lost in the laughs. And so, coming to some middle ground, I don't see anything wrong with that. And I'm not even saying, look, there's definitely a market for NPR. There are people who like to sit and listen to somebody the way that you want to sit and listen to somebody read you the bus schedule. There are people who want to hear that. And of course, there are people who want to laugh. I'm one of those people who I like to laugh. I like the Lincoln Ware show. I like to laugh. I thought Kevin did a good job on Monday. And again, I can't say with 100% certainty that is their plan, but that's probably their plan. Whenever Lincoln doesn't come in, one day, or, because, I'm of this mindset. Lincoln is going to be that dude that live until 112 years old. He just is. He going to be that dude that lived to 112 for no reason. Just as everything that you taught that good people don't do in life, he does it. Good people don't lie. He does. Good people don't all other bad stuff. He does all of that without even batting an eye. It's just his default setting. And he gonna live to 112 years old. And one day he gonna be 112 years old talking about good. And that's gonna be it. That's how he going out. I don't see him retiring. And then when he do, they gonna roll him out the way. They gonna put Kevin Aldridge. Now Kevin Aldridge be gone by then. They gonna have to come up with another person, because he gonna outlive Kevin Aldridge. And they gonna put some other person in there. And then that's who gonna end up taking over. They say only the good die young. So he's in no danger of dying, and he ain't even young. So, yeah. It just is. It just is. It's going to be crazy. Everybody listening right now, Lincoln is probably going to outlive you. It ain't fair. It just is. But no, I don't have no problem with Kevin. Kevin actually tried to answer my question on Monday. I would have liked to, been able to follow up, but I couldn't. I was not in a position where I could respond when he answered my question. I asked him about, because he was saying, he works, at the Inquirer, and sometimes they get it wrong, but because somebody had asked him, he was saying some people believe the Inquirer is left, some people believe it's right. He believed they always try to get it, right down the middle, basically, and sometimes they get it wrong. And my response to that was, but you don't have to get it wrong. You're a journalist. If you just report verified facts, it's hard to get that wrong. If I'm the news, I shouldn't fall on one side or another. I should just tell you these are the facts. Period. It's hard to get that wrong. So you don't have to get it wrong. And he was saying, well, sometimes, people say things that ain't true, and people say, people tell you things, and so you print what somebody told you. Then don't print it as a fact. You didn't get it wrong if the chief says everybody who hit somebody is going to be arrested. You don't print that everybody who hit somebody is going to be arrested. That's not a verifiable fact. You print that the chief said that everybody who hit somebody is going to be arrested. So then that way, when they're not arrested, people ain't like, well, you said that they was going to be arrested. You say, no. We said that the chief said that everybody was going to be arrested. You only print verified facts, and then you never get it wrong. But what if the facts change? If it's a verified fact, it's a verified fact. Facts are facts. Known information may change, but typically facts don't change. So if you just print the facts, you don't have to be like, oh, sometimes we get it wrong. Oh, it was a school shooting and 12 people died. Oh, come to find out it was 13. Why did you say then that it was 12? Well, they told us then instead of saying it was a school shooting and 12 people died, say it was a school shooting, and the numbers we were given by the police chief said that 12 people died. That's the fact. Now, when they come back and say, oh, it was 13, then you can say the police told us that it was 12. But now they're telling us that it's 13. That's how you report. And you never get it wrong doing that. Fame?
Hey, Emanuel, how you doing?
I'm fantastic. How about you?
Shoot, I'm all right. I apologize for earlier. I was gonna call. That was me. I was gonna call, and then something kind of popped up. But I see that Blade fella called right after me, like he always does. Calls right after me. It's like this nigga hears my name, and like his joint gets hard. it's old. And then he goes attacking Kevin Aldridge, a man with 25, 30 years of media experience in this town. And he wants to attack him? It's like, this dude has a serious problem. And it's like, I don't want to say certain things on the radio, but it's like, dude, I'm gladly willing to oblige. Just let me know how you want to handle it. But like, you know, Kevin's not a friend of mine, but he's a former colleague, and I respect him. And it's like, I ain't about to let a dude like him just come up here and insult him. You know what I'm saying? A dude who doesn't, you know, who ain't never outside, who just a dude like him.
He's got a right to his opinion of Kevin. He's got a right to his opinion.
Say what?
He has a right to his opinion of.
He has a right to his opinion, but that don't mean you get to just come out here just to call Emanuel just to insult the brother. That's all he does. That's all he calls the shows for. Just to insult me, just to insult Kevin. And it's like, dude, like, you know, you almost got somebody else hurt because we thought you were somebody else. And he almost got hurt. Then we then we found out we wasn't real sure. Like, dude, you better quit playing on these records.
Hold on.
Quit playing on these records.
Wait, Fame. I want to make sure I understand what you're saying because I might be offended by what you're saying. It sounds to me like you saying certain people are above being criticized.
That's not at all what I'm saying. What would you think that? You know, you and your brother, y'all come with the most obscure, obtuse. Y'all come with the most obscure and obtuse reasoning.
He shared his opinion of Kevin, and you're saying because you know Kevin and because you like Kevin, he's not allowed to not like Kevin.
Well, okay. Well, if that's how you want to listen, if that's what you took, I feel no obligation to deter you the other way. I'm just saying, for that particular caller, all he does is insult people, insult black men, because he pussy like that. You know what I'm saying? I got the show taped where he said, "Yeah, the wolf need to be killed." You threatened me on a podcast. I hope you didn't think I was taking that lightly and smiling. I ain't called the police, nothing like that. But you gonna see me. I promise you that.
I'm not
you know
sure
what I'm
what
saying?
that means
Now you call, huh? Say what?
I'm not sure what that means either.
It don't mean anything. It's like you gonna see me. He ain't blind, is he?
I don't know.
You know, he be at the above events. You know, it's about that time of the year. The Lincoln Ware jingle and all that stuff will be out this week in the next couple months, right? The Lincoln Ware soiree.
Oh, I don't. If they have one, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, it should be out soon. It's like, yeah, we're about to meet real soon. We're gonna take care of all our problems, Blade. You ain't gonna have to call in and insult Fame no more. Talking about let's kill the wolf. We ain't gonna have to do that.
Y'all gonna have a good conversation. You can't beat a good conversation.
Yeah, we're gonna have a conversation back to head. Yeah, you don't need to want to kill the wolf. You're gonna get your own opportunity to do it in person here at one of these buzz events. Hip hip hooray! Emanuel, it's been real. I had fun.
Hold on, Fame.
But
Fame, before you
go.
A number of people have asked me to ask you. You are offended that he criticized the black man, but they want to know why are you not offended when you insult black women?
I know, because you black women that listen to these shows that are offended by what I'm saying, you probably don't matter anyway. You have a niece on SNAP benefits. You're not offended at what I'm saying. You're offended at what I'm delivering. You don't like it. It's not what I'm saying. You just don't like the fact that I gave it up such a poetic and slick way that you really feel bad about it. I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? Kevin's a friend of mine. I don't call people out personally.
Well,
I've never called anybody out personally.
So your problem with the criticism of Kevin is that He's your friend.
I said my piece. I feel no need, no obligation to explain shit to any of you people.
I'm just saying.
I said what I said.
I heard what you said. I understand what you said, but I'm just
Now I'm
going to
gonna
say
go back.
that it sounds to me, and please forgive my language, okay? Anybody listening, but I have to kind of make it plain. It sounded to me like you just all on his dick. Like, you can't criticize the brother. Like, get off his dick. He can take up for himself.
It's that particular caller who came on your show and said I need to be killed, and now he's talking about Kevin. It's like, yeah, okay, this dude's a hater. We need to go in.
Yeah, I didn't hear that.
That's all. I can tell you the show. It was you just went on a break. It was about a month ago on a Wednesday. Like, you go back your last 4 Wednesday shows, it's on there.
I'll go back and
listen.
listen.
He said the wolf needs to be killed.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Trust me, I got it saved because I was gonna play it to him when I run into him. Do you remember this saying this on the show?
He could just be talking about that persona because you're not an actual wolf.
Shit. Said who?
You are not an actual wolf. It's the persona that he's talking about.
My mama's name Remus. My dad's name Romulus.
And your name is Edsel.
Yes.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm just yeah. And all you people who's also because who suggested I disrespect black women, I'm about to look up in these comments and find out who you are, and I'm about to reply to you one by one. I'm telling you, I don't disrespect black women. I disrespect trampy, trashy motherfuckers that are loud and obnoxious. If that's one of you, that's your problem. I've never called in and called somebody out by name, unless it was to uplift them. There's 4 or 5 women who I praise often on these shows. Black women, and praise them often because they give good commentary.
All right.
So who's ever saying that? Yeah, I'll be hitting you up here in about a couple seconds. Emanuel, it's been real. I had a good time. We'll try this again some other time. But until then, just remember, y'all, that I'm a wolf that hunts in the daytime, but that full moon, that's my gang sign. Oh!
All right. All right. That sign off was corny, but I like that one much better than when the wolf is jaculating. I'll take that one over the other one where the wolf is jaculating on my backside. I don't like that one at all. I don't like that one at all. Look, that man got a right to not like Kevin Aldridge on the air. I didn't dislike Kevin Aldridge at all. So he said his piece. Why can't people just let people feel how they feel about people? Look, everybody, if you run into somebody and they can't stand Emanuel, be okay with that. You don't have to defend me and, get into no fight over me and all of that kind of stuff. Just be comfortable with the fact that, okay, you don't like Emanuel. Cool. I'm okay with it. Y'all be okay with it. If you run into somebody and they tell you Emanuel is mean and nasty and, he talk to people this and this and this and that, just be okay with that. Because I might have been mean and nasty to them. If I was, they probably did something to deserve it. But be okay with it. Like, no, Emanuel's the nicest guy. He wouldn't. No, Emanuel wouldn't. Emanuel might have that day. They might have did something and caught me off guard, and I responded in that way. Just because I'm one way to you, or you run into somebody, because really, if somebody be, Emanuel's the nicest guy you ever want to meet. Y'all like, we talking about the same Emanuel? We can't be talking about the same Emanuel. Y'all probably talking about the same Emanuel because everybody's experience with Emanuel is not the same. I was on talking about the one chick that used to be on the news, the mean one. And somebody would, no, that's my best friend. She's the nicest person you ever want to meet. She would never say anything about anybody. She would never be me. That might be who she is to you. Your experience with her and my experience with her are not the same. We have to leave room that people don't have the same experience with this person. I don't know that people really understand that. And then you end up all on somebody's dick because you like them. I run into that a lot, and it bothers me. It bothers me. When I hear people say stuff about people that I know, I have said that's not the experience that I had with him, or that's not the experience that I had with her. It doesn't make your experience wrong, just different. I'm repeating it. I know somebody like, okay, man, you made your point. I'm repeating it because there's somebody that's hearing it and they still fighting with it. They still fighting with it. Like, no, if this person is a nice person, then they're a nice person. And if you say that they not nice, then I have to challenge. I can, right now in my mind, I can imagine, these are actual people I'm imagining. This person over here thinks I'm a horrible, horrible human being. I'm the meanest dude. I say the most bugged out stuff and just mean and nasty. That's what they think of me. This person over here could not even imagine me raising my voice to somebody. They don't watch the show. The only experience that they've ever had with me is just pure kindness. Pure kindness. Which one of them is wrong? Because I done had to say bad stuff to this person in a really aggressive manner a number of times. But for real, this person, all they've experienced is pure kindness. And if they got together and started talking about me, they would have totally different experiences. And it don't mean that either one of them is wrong. That's all I'm saying. Tracy Ellis Ross is the nicest person you'd ever want to meet. She was horrible. She was a horrible person to me. Tell him not to speak to me. What? Who says that to somebody? Why the person is right next to you? It ain't even like the person was in between us. Me, her, the assistant. And she tells the assistant to tell me to not say nothing to her. Bitch, you right here. You can say don't talk to me. Why would you tell her? Don't get me started. Don't get me started. And no, neither one of those people were leaking where. Lincoln Ware has seen me be really kind to people. He's seen me be really kind to him. But he's also seen the other side where I've had to say to him, I'll knock your bitch ass out. So he's seen both sides. Or he's seen multiple, because I'm more than just either super nice or super mean. You know, there's a whole spectrum. And I am on that spectrum. That is not funny. So, yeah, no, I am a whole person. But no, it is not Lincoln Ware. It is not Lincoln Ware. All right, y'all, I got to get ready to get out of here. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. I fully intend on being here tomorrow. Probably around 3:30. Hold on, Janice says you're right. You're right. I can go along with everyone having the right to their own opinion until that opinion in some way is to perpetuate harm towards another. Okay. Tria says, did you really? Yes. I'm assuming you're talking about the comment towards Mr. Ware. Yes, I told him that. Yes. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Told y'all we've had 2 incidents, only 2 that I can think of, where we were realistically like belly to belly. We were face to face, this close to one another, and hands was about to be thrown. They were both incidents where he was the aggressor. Because I'm very rarely ever the aggressor. There were both incidents in which he was the aggressor, and I was warning him in both instances that if he don't back up right now, I'm going to have to knock your bitch ass out. And so, and I'm going to just say, I didn't have to knock his bitch ass out. Who would have won? I don't know. I'd like to think I would have won. I think I probably have superior skills and superior strength. Plus, in terms of having the moral high ground, and I was truly prepared, whereas he wasn't. He was kind of standing feet together, you know, flat-footed, hands down and back, you know, talking stuff like George Jefferson or something. And I was moving my foot back and positioning myself for a nice fighting stance. What did he say? Realistically, I think he said something like, come on, or something like that, as he backed up. And then both times, which is why it never actually escalated. Both times somebody jumped in between us. So, yeah, it never came to any blows. And I'm happy for that, because it's never my intention. I never, ever, since I've become an adult, I've never sought to get into a physical altercation with another human being. Not since I've become an adult. And I don't want to fight anybody. I don't want to fight anybody. Because it don't solve anything. Again, to me, fighting is for one, maybe 2 things. to protect you or somebody else. So for protection or to kill somebody. And really the only reason you killing them is to protect yourself. I don't believe we just gonna fight. I'm mad at you. I'm mad at you. We gonna fight. I don't believe in that. That don't solve nothing. I'm gonna protect myself. And the way that I view a fight, and this is Mrs. Livingston hate when I say this, but it's true. The way that I view a fight is you trying to kill me. And it's my job now, in order to save my life, to kill you. That's it. That's it. That's the only reason in my mind for fighting. That's it. Otherwise, why are we fighting? Fake Dave Stinger say he was a Marine and that old man's strength. He don't know nothing about wrestling. And trust me, I would have gotten him on the ground. And that would have been it. It would have been over. It would have been completely over. At least that's what I believe. And then you squeeze. You get a good rear naked choke and you squeeze. You don't stop. You just keep squeezing. And then once they go limp, you keep squeezing. And you keep squeezing. You keep squeezing. And then their body gonna shake just a little bit. But you keep squeezing. You keep squeezing. And, 4 or 5 minutes later, you let them go. They'll never attack you again or anybody else. That's it. You just gotta do enough to get them to the point where they can't ever attack another person, ever. And I don't ever want to be in that position. Ever. All right. Mary talking about, okay, you can let go now. No, because they might wake up and start back again. They might wake up and start back again. No. You got to create a situation where they are never going to attack you again. Ever. But that's just me. Mrs. Livingston hate when I say that, but that's just me. That's what I believe. Oh. Hold on a second. Hello. I'm fantastic, and you? Okay. Whenever, man. Whenever. You let me know when you're available. I will make myself available. All right. All right. All right, you do the same. Yes, Devon. NBA doubleheader, and I will be watching it. I will be watching it. Vernon says, isn't that how the Marine dude killed the man on the subway at NYC? I could have some of those facts wrong. Pretty much. Yeah. Jerica says, that's a very morbid confrontation, sir. Where it didn't have to be a confrontation. But if somebody attack you, what, you just let them attack you? No. You got to defend yourself. What? Houston is playing, is it Dallas? And of course the Los Angeles Lakers playing Golden State. So, yeah, I'll be checking them both out. Twins say, so why didn't you give Nate advice at Kroger? What? My advice at Kroger is do not do the self-checkout. Oh, they're playing Oklahoma. Oklahoma, okay. Thank you. Yes, you're right. Yeah, that's my advice at Kroger. Do not do the self-checkout. As a matter of fact, I'm Kroger is now on my list. I guess technically I'm boycotting Kroger. So I can't imagine myself going into a Kroger anymore. Sorry. ICE hit New York hard today. It's a mess. And when you say ICE, you're talking about immigration, like they came in and rounded up a lot of people? Or are you talking about ICE, like freezing rain type of ice? You can't just say ICE no more. Mary says, Nat was arrested, not shopping. Nat was arrested? We talk about Nat Turner? Nat, so you just not gonna tell nobody that you was arrested? Ben says, where are you shopping then? I don't know. I can run to Meijer. I guess I could run to Walmart, even though it's not a Walmart near me or not near enough where I would go. There's a number of different places. I could go to Aldi. There's a number of different places that you can go shop for grocery instead of Kroger. Tria says, why? What happened at Kroger? At Kroger, they wouldn't check me out because I had less than 10 items. And I was at the checkout. There was nobody in line, but the young lady at the checkout said that Kroger has a rule that you must use the checkout if you have 10 items or fewer. Even if you're the only one in the line, if there's nobody else, and there's a person at the register to check people out, to ring up your groceries, you must use the checkout. Like, I guess they've told them they're not allowed to check people out if they have 10 items or fewer. That's their rule. That's their policy. So I put all my stuff back, and I went and bought it that next day, and I went to Meijer and bought it. The only thing was Meijer didn't have my raisin cream pies, so I didn't end up getting raisin cream pies. But I know they carry those at Walmart. Some of the Walmart carry those. Jerica said, I think that's why she put it in all caps. Yeah, I'm still not 100% sure. Now, Mary says light rain ice. But who was it that said ice hit New York bad? Wonder Woman, Jacqueline Carter. Nat says, when did I get arrested? I don't know, but you should tell apparently you got arrested at Kroger. Vernon said, I never heard of that policy. It's kind of dumb in my opinion. I agree. It was dumb in mine. And Janice says, I agree. That is ridiculous. Yeah. And I was not gonna, I was not going to go and check myself out. You must have been at the terrible Kroger in Forest Park. No, I was at the Kroger in Avondale. Avondale, down on, is that Avondale? Down on Mitchell. I was at the Kroger down on Mitchell. And they told me. Fame says they meant Nate, your brother. I don't remember him getting arrested at Kroger. Nate, did you get arrested at a Kroger? Did you get arrested at a Kroger? Mary says E's brother was arrested while protesting at Kroger during the rep and dim. Nate, were you arrested at Kroger? I remember there was an altercation of some sort between you and a law enforcement official, but I don't remember you being arrested. As a matter of fact, I talked to you and spent time with you that same day after the altercation, and I definitely know I wasn't at a jail. So you got arrested. Why didn't you tell me you got arrested? See, y'all bringing up issues that I think I should know about. Because if I go and I pick you up, not from a jail or from a facility where you have been arrested, why wouldn't you tell me, bro, I was just arrested? Why wouldn't you tell me that? So, Nate, you got something you want to tell me? Because I'm hearing that you were arrested. Fame says he got arrested on Kroger property. You trying to be coy. Again, that same day, I went and picked him up from a medical facility. And he was not under arrest. So if y'all telling me, this is the first I'm hearing that he was actually arrested. And I know y'all wouldn't be spreading false information about him because, you know, y'all good people. So I know y'all would only be telling the truth. So now I got problems with him not telling me that he was arrested when I went and picked him up. And we talked for a long time. So Nate, why would you not tell me you was arrested? Oh, we got problems. We got stuff to talk about today. We definitely got stuff to talk about today. When I end this, I'm giving him a call. And yeah, you should have told me you was arrested. Vernon says, North Avondale, I think the cashier just didn't want to check you out, so she lied about the policy. She was probably waiting on her friend to text her, getting her lashes done. Now, the security came over and verified that that was the policy. It was another young lady. They verified that that was the policy. Tria says, oh, the Hulk Hogan protest. He wasn't arrested. I was told he wasn't arrested, but y'all saying he was, so I'm just gonna assume he was. I'm not. He never specifically said I wasn't. Hey, how you doing? I wasn't arrested. He never specifically said that, and so I'm taking y'all word for it because he wouldn't say it. You know, y'all wouldn't say it if it wasn't true. I know that. That I know. Y'all wouldn't say it if y'all knew, if y'all didn't know it for a fact, y'all wouldn't state it as a fact. That I know, just like I was talking about how the news reports stuff. And I get y'all ain't journalists, but just as random people, I know y'all wouldn't say something is true that's not true. Walter Bradley said he didn't get arrested. He got jumped by Hulk Hogan at the security. Oh. Oh. You seen the footage from TNT, Tashima Taylor. Jeffrey says, what's wrong with you, Livingston? I don't know what is wrong with them Livingstons. I don't know. I have no idea. Hate them Livingstons. Hate them. So now you telling us you a killer, huh? I don't ever want to kill anybody. I hope to go through my entire life and be able to say at the end of it, I never killed anyone. That's one of my desires. Like when I be praying, that's one of the things I pray for. But if it's between my life and somebody else's life, my goal is to, at the end of said altercation, be able to tell my side of the story. I'm just saying, if somebody gotta go at the end of the confrontation, I hope to be the one to be telling the story. Dana said, I remember seeing him get up off the ground, but I don't seeing him get arrested on the video. Okay. Tria say, I'm saying the same thing. I'm not saying he was arrested. Well, Fame said he was arrested. Mary said he was arrested, but she said, well, maybe he wasn't arrested. Now y'all know I'm doing it to make the point. I don't believe he was arrested. Again, I did go and, pick him up. And he was not under arrest. He was very much free to go. So perception can be one thing. Y'all know I'm pretty big on, simple stuff like I think, I believe, if I remember correctly. Those are all things that I use a lot to preface the stuff that I say so that I know that what I'm saying is actual and factual. Unless I know something for a fact, I typically don't just state it as a fact. I typically say, I think he was arrested. I believe he got arrested. If I remember correctly, he got arrested. I'm pretty sure he got arrested. All of that is very different than he got arrested. I know it ain't that big of a deal, and that's why I can say it, and kind of tease with y'all a little bit about it. But I wish more people would do that, because that's when you end up with stories that may or may not be true. And, we call it like rumors and all of that kind of stuff. So and it's not that hard to say, I thought, didn't they say he? Mary says, wasn't there handcuffs put on him? Isn't that being arrested? I'm not sure, and not necessarily. I'm not sure if there were handcuffs put on him. There may or may not have been. I'm not sure. I wasn't there for that. But just because you get put in handcuffs doesn't mean you're arrested. You could just be being detained. That's possible. All right, y'all. I got to get ready to get out of here. I really do. I really do. I have to get ready to get out of here. But again, just to be clear, I'm not saying that he wasn't. He never told me that he was, but he also never specifically told me that he wasn't. Like I said, when I went to pick him up and I walked in and he saw me, he didn't say, "Hey, what's up, man? I wasn't arrested." So any of that stuff is possible. People don't normally say stuff like that, but, you know, it's something that could have been said to clear everything up. All right, y'all. I got to get out of here. I appreciate everybody hanging out with me. That was a call. I don't have to go to a rehearsal tonight, so I get to get some stuff ready to print some shirts tomorrow. Y'all enjoy yourselves. Have a good evening. And as always, as you are out and about on this beautiful fall evening, be the reason that somebody smiles. Till next time, I'm out, y'all. Peace.